Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby. Let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should ride on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all love. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love. I've been feeling like I'm feeling like a man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can daily. Baddest in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fan up, fan. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow, yeah, you know me. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all love. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love.
NationIvy.com. Mr. Ivy know the show must go on. And far as Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised arms, close fists, yeah, too strong. Team NI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Cop squats in, listen to the real. Jumping like hopscotch, nobody harder than, oh, no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlatives, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airways, we talk about it. Brand new like the templates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? Jono be the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of Grippos. Show you where the bricks at, Cincinnati Reds at. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at. It's the 5-1-3, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at.
Welcome back. Good morning. Thank you for being here. As always, it's my pleasure. Welcome back to the Nathan Ivy Show, where nothing is funnier than the truth. Men are allowed to be men, and of course, suck MCs get dealt with. So I'm just kind of taking these last couple of days that we have in the calendar year 2021 to look ahead and also look back as well. As you know, if you've been tapping in, good morning to you. Please share today's show. It means everything. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Is anybody a fan of like old school sitcoms like Sanford and Son? I found a clip from an episode in which Lamont had the virus and Fred walked out with his mask on. And I saw this some time ago, and I thought, you know what? I think it's apropos for today's show. Maybe Fred could see the future. Maybe Fred could see the future. I don't know. That was a dope ass show, man. Right? Even back in what was this, the 70s? I think it was. Not sure when it started. 70s, 80s. Looks like 70s. I know my people in them used to watch this show. They loved it. And in particular, they loved the relationship between the father and son. We need more shows like that. Good morning to you. Good morning. The more things change, the more they tend to stay the same. Good morning. Nathan Ivy with you, broadcasting live from a semi-secret location somewhere in the greater Cincinnati area. And as always, lots to talk about. I want to dig straight into it. Let me kick it off with some local news. Now, we were following this story for some time for good reasons, because the mayor, the newly elected mayor of Cincinnati, used to be the clerk of courts in Hamilton County. So when he left, that left an open spot there. And it was announced last week that someone that a lot of us knows, Fanon Rucker, was going to be the interim. But now the Democrats have gotten together and they unanimously have made a decision about who is going to be the new clerk of courts. I'll give you the details in just a second. Also, COVID has prompted a state of emergency in Cincinnati. Mayor John Cranley, who's on his way out, has declared a state of emergency over fire department staffing. Yeah, the COVID is surging throughout the country, primarily because of the new variant and also, people getting together for the holiday. And now here we are. How many people are going out for the new year? New Year's Eve is tomorrow. How many people got big plans? You going with your family and them, your friends and them, you stepping out? I ain't mad at you. I understand it, but in part, that's what's spurring this new surge with COVID. So the state of emergency. And I remember, and I'm here to remind you that it wasn't that long ago when we were all like sitting at home, looking at our television screens and our device screens, because we were mandated to do so unless you were traveling for work or some other like very, very, very serious purpose. There was a time when the businesses were shut down. We're never going back to that. It seems to me it doesn't matter how bad COVID gets. At this point, we've made our decision. And the decision is we're going to have to do two things at one time: go back to semi-normal and also deal with COVID. And I don't hear anybody talking about shutting down the schools. Nobody's talking about that. Even the numbers are higher than ever before. Now, right now, Cincinnati public schools are in holiday recess. So everybody's, safe. But it's quite interesting how a year goes by and things done changed. Morning that you might look at as updates. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. If you want to share your thoughts this morning, because this is a very highly interactive show, there is my number on the screen right there, 513-873-7134. Now, that is a code, a magical code that will unlock the door to a wonderful place called the Nathan Ivy Show, a place where nothing is funnier than the truth, as I said earlier. Men are expected to be men. Act like a man when you hear, because you'll be treated as a man. And lames get their planes shot down like John McCain. Good morning. One of my favorite flows from the almighty J Electronica. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's beautiful outside. Great to be with you. Great to be with you. Good morning. Got a lot of ground to cover this morning. And as always, if there's things on your radar screen that you want to add to the conversation, you can drop a link in the chat. Now, if it's something that you really, really want me to see, then send me a direct message. That's the best way. Because sometimes the comments come in so much that I can't see everything. All right. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Just a couple days left, man, and we out of here. I don't know. It's something about 2022. Maybe it's the 3 2s. I don't know what it is. But 2022 just seems like it's going to be a great year for me personally, and maybe perhaps the world. But I'm an optimistic person like that. I just kind of feel that way. I can feel the energy. Good morning to you. Deshona's in the house. She writes, good morning, Nathan. Checking in from the Fairfield Post Office. Appreciate you. What will we do without the mail? Nothing like getting packages from Amazon or some other place, right? That's all part of the experience. I love it. Good morning to you. And good morning to my people on Spreaker. I see Ray writes good risings all. And while I'm not calling you out by name, good morning to all the folks that's on the TuneIn network as well, tapping in every single morning and listening to the live stream. I appreciate you as well. Good morning to you. Again, if you want to tap into the video, find me on YouTube, Nathan Ivey, or I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook and follow the stream. Just go to CIN, Sin Digital Media. You can find us there, or The Nathan Ivey Show. You can find the show live there as well. So good morning to you. Adele writes, medical professionals basically saying cloth masks are ineffective. Is that right? We keep going back and forth with this. But what I read is that having some kind of covering is better than having no covering whatsoever. That's what I've read. So let me know if you find something different on that. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. So many things. How many people were fans of the Black Panther Marvel movie, and or you were looking forward to that entire series? I know I was, but I've been a fan of the Black Panther way before Marvel started making movies because it had the dopest storylines. Like if you're a little black boy and you're reading comics back in the 80s and 90s, more than likely you were reading Black Panther. Like what else are you going to read? I'm reading now that that Marvel's coming out with the second part of the Marvel Black Panther series is coming out. I think it's coming out like in a year. It's slated to come out. And we all know that Chadwick Boseman, who originated the role, and I thought he did a great job. He was equal parts a little bit of everything. Like he could act, he could do the action. He had this regalness about him, a real believability. Maybe not the accent so much, but he was a part of the canon. But he passed away after a 4-year battle of colon cancer in 2020. How many people have gotten a colonoscopy as they get older? As you get older, they say, make sure you get that. But now Black Panther fans are calling for the MCU, that's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to honor the late actor Chadwick Boseman by recasting King T'Challa in Black Panther 2. They're saying that they should just recast his character. And I had mixed feelings at first, but I quickly changed my opinion after I heard a few flows. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Black Panther is bigger than just one man, right? Like the character existed way before Chadwick Boseman, was the actor who portrayed him in the MCU movies. The themes, that black excellence, that black intelligence, the black creativity, just having a black superhero, a black male superhero in this country. We go from Birth of a Nation to Black Panther. What? I think is important on some levels that perhaps are even imperceptible. Like we can't even really explain it on some level. So I hope that they recast them. Now it's gonna have to be a hell of a recasting. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who. Like, if you ask me what actor should take over for Chadwick Boseman, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. Maybe you got somebody in your mind, but apparently fans online are urging the Marvel Cinematic Universe to continue with the series, which I think they should. Why wouldn't you? And just recast T'Challa, which I think, let's say they recast T'Challa, right? They get a whole new actor and he's fantastic. It's still going to be bittersweet. It's still going to be bittersweet because you're going to remember T'Challa. And I don't know. The comics, man, the Marvel comics went in so many different ways. I didn't even follow everything. I'm sure there's a storyline in which T'Challa died and then somebody takes over. There was talk about Siri taking over, but no, it needs to be a black man. Don't give it to Siri. Don't make Black Panther a woman. That's what I'm here to tell you. Black Panther should be a man. Just like, well, I'm just saying, Black Panther should be a man. I'll make those points later on. But Black Panther should remain a man. It should not be a woman. There was some talk about following what they did in the comic books. So in the comic books, the way those comics works is they may have 3 or 4 or 5 different storylines all centered around Black Panther, but it's got a whole different creative teams, different illustrator, different writer, different story arc. That's the way the Marvel comics went. Same thing with Spider-Man. You got like 15,000 different Spider-Man stories, right? Call it the multiverse. Iron Man, they got all kind of different storylines. And so you may have one creative team, artist or like writer, illustrator, producer, whatever, and then they're working on their comic book story arc. Then over here, you got a whole nother creative team and so on and so forth, right? That's what happened with the Marvel comic books. I didn't follow all of that. As I got older, I was like, looking for women or something like that. I don't know what I was into, but I do know that there's a storyline in which Black Panther becomes a woman. It becomes his little sister Siri. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need a black man to portray Black Panther in these days and times. Can you feel me on that one? I ain't being sexist, but I mean, come on now. Some things should remain the same. Even more things change, but some things should remain the same. So if they recast him, he should be recast as a black man, right? Because we don't have any other black man right now in the MCU, and we deserve some black male superheroes. You know, this culture has so heavily invested in tearing down the image of the black man that now that this culture has invested in lifting up an image of even though it's a fictional character, I know that. I know it's fiction. This culture should invest in lifting up at least one black male superhero. It ain't gonna kill nobody. Tiffany says, I say recast, he can be from one of the alternate universes, right? Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of smart people over there. I see what they doing with all these television shows and crossovers and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. And they got a lot of smart people in Hollywood. They can come up with a really cool idea that makes sense so that they can keep Black Panther a man. You know, it's good for the culture. It can't be Michael B. Jordan. It can't be Michael B. Jordan. All right. Because he is Killmonger. Did a damn good job as Killmonger. So let me see right here. Let me see if I got an image for you here. Yeah, I think I do. Check this out. Let me see. Let me pull this up for you. Here it is. So here is an image from one of the Black Panther, one of the Black Panther comic book story arcs in which Siri is the Black Panther. Hold on one second. And she just is like the Black Panther, only it's a woman. You know, she got breasts and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, check this out. Check this out. Hold on. This ain't the most serious conversation. It's more of a culture conversation. We'll get to other things later, but hold on one second. So it's loading right now. As soon as it loads, I'll show this to you. And it's just like a screen grab from, boom, there it is right there. What's that in your hand? Batman. Where's Black Panther? You don't know? You play with Black Panther still? Or? Okay.
That's the one I look at.
That's the one you look at? You mind if I get back to what I was doing, buddy? You what?
Since you're not talking about
that, No. Let me get back to what I'm doing. I love you. Give me a kiss.
Why can I not be here?
I've already told you why.
Talking about bad stuff.
You already told me. I already told you. I love you. You're going to beat me up with his toys now. But so here it is right here. What'd I tell you, son? I love you.
No.
So check this out. That's the female version of Black Panther. And it looks dope. I'm with it. Maybe somewhere down the line they do that. I'm with all of that. I'm all about, female empowerment. Okay. If it follows the story arc of the comic, great. But no, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And I know I'm all about women's empowerment and normalizing, giving women their due and all that kind of stuff. I'm with the business. But if they recast them, don't follow that story arc. We deserve more of a black male. He's a king. He's regal. He's powerful. He ain't on no stepping and fetches. That's what I like about Black Panther. Black Panther ain't on no stepping and fetch type shit. I like that. Dare Rice Siri won't be in the next movie or the lady playing her because she's anti-vaxxer. I've heard all of that. Yes. I've been reading there's some issues going on the set, so we'll see how it all works. I mean, she's anti-vax. She's anti-vax. I ain't against her. She got to do what she think is best for her and her body. I gets it. And I like the idea of them following her because it's empowering for, women, young women. And then she was like super dope with like the science type stuff. I'm with all of that. I am with the business. But later on down the line, good morning to you. Just One of the many controversies that has happened on a regular basis in this country. Jacqueline writes our conversation pieces. Good morning, Nathan. Hey, good morning to you, Jacqueline. Good morning to you. Eric writes, I would like to see Lil Nas X as the next Black Panther. Now, Eric, you lucky I can't come through this motherfucker right now. You lucky. You lucky. You ain't hear some Lil Nas fucking X, man. You know what? Excuse my fucking language, but you ain't here. It's blasphemous. That is straight up blasphemous. You think you funny. You think you funny, but you're not funny. Okay, Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X is not playing no damn Black Panther. Man, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with Eric this morning? You are losing it, Lil Nas X. Come on, bro. So damn disrespectful. Got to make a joke about every damn thing, don't you? You disrespectful ass mofo. This man, you want this man to play Black Panther? Oh, you wrong for that, Eric. Somewhere Eric is cracking up. He can wear that outfit too, right? Hell no. That's precisely why we need Black Panther. That's precisely why we need Black Panther to be a black man. Precisely why. Eric, you know what? You're on timeout, man, on that one. You are basically on timeout. Nikki writes, good morning, everyone. Casey with a K writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. What's up, Lorraine? I'm not sure what that says. Vark Tech, not sure what that means. She's on YouTube. Jerome writes, good morning. Kelly's on YouTube, writes, good morning. John Sterling writes, good morning. Good to see you. Regina is in the house. Good morning. How is everyone? Doing well. They should recast T'Challa. Absolutely. They should recast. This is a no-brainer. I mean, why are we even having this conversation? They recast Superman 1,000 times. They recast Spider-Man 1,000 times. So they got Tom Holland. I mean, come on now. This is simple. And it's just what it is. It needs to live on. You know, I think it's very, very important, quite honestly. You know what I'm saying? There's actually a petition that's being circulated. Sign the recast T'Challa petition. Like, this is serious to some people. Would I sign it? I guess I would. Culturally, it's important that we have strong black suit. I mean, we live in a superhero culture fetish age. Everybody's all about the Marvel MCU. Everybody's loving the Avengers. Where's ours? You know what I'm saying? Give us free. Simple as that. They get on my nerves. They can't make up their minds. We damned if we do, if we don't. And we damned if we do, and if we don't. Zeesh. Denzel Washington's son. Denzel Washington's son. Denzel Washington's son. I actually like Denzel Washington's son, but I don't know what's his name again? He's been in a couple movies I thought was cool. John David Washington is his name. John David Washington. John, let me get an image of him up. I mean, like, action-wise, body-wise, could he do it? Yeah, because he was in that action movie called Tenet. I thought he did a good job in that. Acting-wise, could he do it? Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, you know, he's not a very big man. Is he tall? I'm not sure if T'Challa. I think T'Challa, when I think of Black Panther, I think of somebody that's at least 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Being 6 feet, unless I'm biased. John David is only 5'9". His father is 6'1". You know what I'm saying? He got that full 6 feet thing going on that they like on them television screens. He's only 5'9". How tall was Chadwick Boseman? Hold on. See, you do everything. See, I don't think it's gonna work out. Chadwick Boseman was a full 6 feet, according to, I guess, his Wikipedia or whatever the hell I'm on Google. I don't know, man. I think Black Panther gotta have that 6 in front of him. I think at least 5'11" and a half. You know what I'm saying? I don't think at 5'9" that John David Washington can pull it off. I think he's got all the other intangibles, but I don't think he's tall enough. Now, these days with movies, they can do all kind of miracle things. So you don't even know what somebody look like or whatever. But Let me see here. Let me see. I got an image here of the brother we talking about. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. And he's kind of doing like the Wakanda Forever thing. So to give us a sense of what he might look like in that role. Give me a second, real quick. Just bear with me. Ain't gonna be that long. Let me real quick. Let me put this up here. Now, T'Challa got to be at least 6 feet, y'all. Here it is. This is John David Washington. This is Denzel's son. And that's his Wakanda Forever position or pose. Can you see that? I don't think he's tall enough, quite honestly. 5'9" ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? We deserve an actor that's at least 6 feet. That's all I'm saying. That's just me. But what do you think? 513-873-7134. Deshaun Rice, should the T'Challa character be recast or should another character take over the role of Black Panther? Isn't that the same as recast, though, Deshaun? I think that's the same thing. Recasting and getting somebody else to take over the role is the same thing. So, yeah, it should be recast. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Siri, I think I read that. Tiffany writes, I say recast. He can be from one of the alternative universes. I'm with you on that. Jacqueline writes, good morning, Nathan. Good morning to you, Jacqueline. Eric is out of control here. Look what this mofo posted. Look at this man. Little Nas X. I say, whoa. Okay. I'm not going to attempt that. I think I know what you're talking about. The next, I don't know if that brother can do it. I can't announce it. I can't pronounce his name. I ain't going to try it. I don't see him. I don't see him doing it. The real Wakanda is here in America. Black Panther comes from the American Jaguar. Idris would be a good Black Panther. Idris would be a good Black Panther if he played like an older Black Panther, maybe from an alternate universe. Idris would be a super dope ass Black Panther. Let's be honest here. Like if he was Black Panther after 50, I'm not sure how, like after 45 or however old Idris is. I don't know how old people are these days. I have no idea. It's hard for me to look at somebody and tell their age. I have no idea. I got no reference point or anything. But you're right. Everybody knows Idris be a good Black Panther. Okay. Especially Stringer Bell, Idris, perfect, but he didn't get the gig. What up, Jeffrey? Good morning. Anthony writes, good morning, Junior. Jeffrey writes, with all the jokers, right. Jacqueline writes, your son has grown so big, handsome young man. Thank you so much. He could hear me. He was like, he said, hey, in the other room. Y'all blowing that boy's head up. I got to live with him. You know what I'm saying? Angela writes, good morning, Junior. Have a great day. Yeah, he'll be with Daddy today because his facility, his rec facility that he goes to, because he likes to hang with little kids. There's no kids in the house. He wants to run and play with balls and kick stuff and do whatever kids do all day. But they had some kids that got COVID, and we got the notification, so he can't go back. That COVID ish ain't no joke, yo. It ain't no joke, and I won't keep saying the same thing over and over again, but humans worse than COVID. That's one of the number one things I've learned through COVID is that humans are way, way worse than COVID. I know I sound like a broken record, but, it's just something I stumbled upon, and I feel very strongly about it. Maurice writes, not the American Jaguar. I think it's the Peru Jaguar. I have to find it in our history. If there are no more men's sons, it's passed to the daughter. Okay. Eric is cracking up. That was a joke. Why Eric say this man should be the new Black Panther? That would set the culture back about 1,000 years. Now, although that outfit looks like it's straight from Wakanda, minus the hat, but no. We are Black Panthers. Brother Forte is in the house. He writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Go UC. That's right. The big game's tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun, right? I usually don't watch college, but UC's there, and I'm a homer. So I will be rooting for my alma mater, the University of Cincinnati, a place I still owe money, a place where I met my wifey and a lot of friends I'm still cool with today. So, UC will always have a soft spot in my heart, always. John writes, how about O.J. Hancock? You got jokes? The real OJ Hancock? Yes. No, we already got no. We need a OJ Hancock and a Black Panther. See, OJ is a real superhero. You're making jokes, John, but every time people make jokes about OJ, I got to stop them and set them straight. The real OJ Hancock is a real superhero, like for real. He's out here in these streets saving people right now from drug addiction. Black Panther is fictitious, but we still need strong black male representation inside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We want to go to the movies and see people that look like us, that's got superpowers, that's saving the universe from Thanos and other, threats. That's not on some step and fetch it type itch. They say it with their chest. He kind of looks like Jason Derulo. Does he? This black man right here, Jason Derulo? Maybe in that picture. I don't know. I don't really see it, but okay. You say so. Damson Idris. Damson Idris. Who is that, Victoria? Is that a real person? Tiffany writes, they need to go to Africa to find an actor for the role. Angela writes, I'm on vacation keeping my grandkids because a child had COVID at the daycare. Same with us. We had scheduled and paid for our son to be in a daycare like rec center situation so he can play, you know what I'm saying, and be around kids and run and kick soccer balls and, get elbowed and eat bad snacks and all that, can play paint and art and crafts and, with kids his age rather than hanging out with old folks. You know what I'm saying? His sister's 10 years older than him. She's got her own teenager thing. His dad is working. His mom's working. But he'll be at home today because several kids got COVID and they gave the notification. Matter of fact, they gave us a notification late. We found out this shit happened. He had contact last week. We didn't find out till this week. So, we probably all been exposed. So it is what it is. Welcome to the new America, where the omnipresent fear of getting sick is with you all the time, which is kind of redundant. Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and the Chopper. Good morning to you, Sharp. Good morning to you. Good to see you. How about OJ Hancock? You got jokes. Let me see here. You back? Okay. You back? You hungry? Okay. Why are you making that face? Boy, stop. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You want to say good morning? Daddy can get back to work. You got to say it in the mic.
Good morning.
You got to be close like this.
Good morning.
There it is.
To the choppers.
Yeah, there it is.
And now what buttons in the choppers you have to press?
So what? Oh. Okay, there it is. Dale raised John Boyega as Black Panther. John Boyega? No. I don't see that. Good actor, but no. Damson Idris is from the show Snowfall. Okay, let me look it up. Damson Idris. Real name? Let me see. I'm looking at the brother right now. Okay, I don't know. He looks kind of young to me. I'm not sure. I ain't feeling it. Skin tone, cool, but I ain't feeling it. Nah. Just can't plug any old black man. We can't just plug any old black man in this now. That's not how this works. You got to have a certain look to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that action hero, regal kind of look if you're going to be Black Panther. Here's the brother. Is that who you're talking about right there? Damson Idris, that's his name? I had no idea. I haven't been watching Snowfall. Nah, I don't see it. You see it? Nah, I don't see it. Yeah, kind of. Nah, I don't see it. I'm not sure who they're going to get. I'm sure they got a lot of smart people to get paid thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Lakeith Stanfield? Nah, you can't get Lakeith. Lakeith Stanfield. Acting wise, yeah, he can do anything. That brother's talented. Lakeith Stanfield is talented. But he's 6 feet. I give him that. He's 30. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Let me see if I can get Lakeith Stanfield somewhere in the movie. Let me see. I'm looking for an image of Lakeith Stanfield that I can throw it up there. So we throwing these names out here, and then you tell me I don't see it. That was the brother from Get Out, right? Y'all just throwing names out here. You got to think about it. You got to think about it. Like, does this make sense? Lakeith Stanfield? Can't see it. Can't see it. So far, y'all 0 for 7. 0 for 0 for. Oh, that's Lakeith Stanfield right there. Can you see him as Black Panther? I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I don't know. He'd have to bulk up. I don't see him. I don't see him. I definitely don't see him. I don't know. I don't think it. Eloise writes, good morning, happy Thursday. Chuck writes, the dude from Candyman. You talking about the actor? Yeah, that brother just played Morpheus. I got a Fire Stick, so sometimes first run movies will come on a Fire Stick. I got a chance to watch maybe the first 30 minutes of that Matrix Resurrection. Now, I thought that the first Matrix was seminal. Like, it's groundbreaking. It's must watch. It's important to the culture of action. It was a bridge between old school and new school. But this new, how do you F up a Matrix? How do you F up a Matrix update? It ain't. I only got to the first 30 minutes, but it wasn't worth my time. Y'all turned that shit off. I didn't want to watch that trash. I got better things to do than watch bad movies, unless I'm in the mood for a bad movie. Right. My son says, play with me. He says, play with me. It's great, man. Yeah, I ain't feeling it. The dude from Candyman, I could see the brother's face. He plays the new Morpheus. You have to tell me that Matrix, was it Revolutions, Resolutions, Revelations, whatever they're Resurrections? Trash. I was outdone. The dude from Candyman. So he's reading now. So, you got to change things when your kids start reading. Let me go back to the phones or to the phones for the first time. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, comrade.
Hey, good morning.
Who's comrade? You better tell them who it is.
I'm talking to somebody, but can I get back to work? Can I work? Can I live? You mind? Thank you. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, the dude from Captain America, the black dude with the wing.
Yeah, the Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcon. Yeah, he should be the Black Panther. He already got the superhero up in him.
He can't play both though. He's already the Falcon.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about, man? People switch roles all the time. I mean, I understand it's Marvel and all that, but you can slide him in there.
You talking about Anthony Mackie?
Yeah, that's his name.
He already Falcon though, bro. He can't be nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
I guess if they do the Avengers, if they do the reunion again, I guess you can't.
Yeah, I mean, and then they got to be on stage or on camera for playing the same role at the same time. That's what they setting up. They setting up a whole new Avengers. It's gonna be dope too.
And so it's gonna be Black Panther. He gonna be in there too. So yeah, I guess that don't work. That's the first black dude that came to mind though. Young black, gotta have, because first off, somebody said Idris Elba, and I know the ladies love him, but he's too old to play Black Panther.
Who is? Yo, you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? I was saying Idris Elba.
Idris Elba? You say he's too old? Yeah, I mean, if he played like the older, because like in the comic books, there was sort of like a passing of the baton between the old black, like the father and the son. If he played the father, if there was like an alternate universe where it was like a 45 and over or 50 and over Black Panther, Idris is perfect. Idris is perfect. But for me, I think Black Panther got to be dark skinned. That's me. He got to be darker skin or dark brown skin. You can't have no light skinned Black Panther. I'm just going ahead and say it.
Hey, that's so discriminatory, bro.
I'm just saying. Tell me I'm wrong. If they came out with a lighter skin, if they came out with a lighter skinned Black Panther, people would revolt.
You're crazy. He'll probably be better than T'Challa, than your boy Chadwick Boseman.
Nah.
Hey, stop
Whoever
hating on
Black
light
Panther
skinned
has to
dudes.
be, he can't be any lighter than Chadwick was. It's got to
That's
be
whack,
dark
bro.
skin. Got to be a darker skin, dark brown skin character or actor. Got to be.
But you can't tell when they got the uniform on.
Yeah, but you can tell when they don't. And that's the whole thing. You can tell when they don't. When he's walking around as T'Challa, that would be whitewashing, man. They can't do that. Black Twitter would have a fit.
Black people so racist.
We're not racist. I'm just saying that you got to keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? You got to be consistent.
All right, comrade. I'm not gonna get emotional like some black men. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Like some
Happy New
black
Year.
man. Is that another shot at your boy, Fame Rothstein?
Now, whose boy? Who was that?
I thought you took a shot yesterday. Now you taking another shot today. It's all good. I'm just stirring the pot. I thought he's talking.
I know. I'm kind of here for it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Damn. Are you ready to tell us all what happened with the alt middle for real and not these games and stories?
Well, you saw an example yesterday, just emotional. You can't be emotional in the alt middle. I guess you can. That's why I left.
Okay. We getting to the bottom of it slowly. I appreciate the honesty.
I'm just saying emotions are just, hey, you can't play in them.
Okay.
I don't play in emotions. I deal with the way things are. I don't deal with things how I theorize them, how I want them to be. That's emotion.
Got it. I think I understand. Let's switch gears here a little bit. I heard that Pavan Parikh is now going to be the new clerk of courts. Do you think that he has a good shot of maintaining that seat in the upcoming election later this year?
Yeah, he probably will. He's been on the ballot before, countywide. He almost beat Winkler, so he'll probably be able to hang on to that. Plus, he's a minority too. The right type, like Marco, Indian type, it'll be okay. It could raise a lot of money. It'll be cool.
Okay. All right.
I want to see if Dumas. I want to know if Stephanie Dumas gonna run again though. That's what I really want to know. I hope she do too, because she'll get blown out by Smitherman.
Smitherman's gonna be a strong contender. Blown out by? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blowout. Here, because look at it like this: there's a lot of Democrats that don't deal with Stephanie Dumas. They just don't deal with it. Like, think about it. What has she done in the last 4 years? She coming up on re-election. You got to ask yourself, look at what Alicia Reese has done, and look at what Stephanie Dumas has done. Ain't even no comparison, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't compare the two of them because I can't. If she's running for re-election, she's going to have to answer those questions for sure. For sure, those questions are going to come up. But I don't think it's going to be a slam dunk. And then here's the other thing. If elected, what is Christopher Smitherman going to do? He'll be in the minority. So he ain't going to have no say. So he's not going to get his way. So how is he going to – my question is, how is he going to govern? Like, what's going to be his style if he gets on Hamilton County Commissioners? Is he going to bring that same style we saw on City Council that nobody wants to see? Stirring the pot and pointing fingers and just bringing a lot of chaos and nonsense.
That's a mischaracterization. If it's just chaos and nonsense, that's absolutely inaccurate.
What?
Okay, absolutely inaccurate. That brother has worked throughout the city government as it relates to. Did you see the standing ovation that the city workers gave him when he was leaving office?
No, I didn't.
On that last day.
No, I didn't.
You need to go back and watch the tape, bro. He got a standing ovation from the planning commission, and there were so many people down there supporting that brother. He made a mark on this city. He pointed.
Did anybody else get standing ovations? Because a lot of people are leaving. Did everybody receive a standing ovation? Is that just like customary?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
I didn't see that. I saw Paul Box. You didn't get a pretty good ovation, but the fact remains is this: Smitherman holds people accountable. He calls bullshit. All right, people don't like that. Some people want to call that chaos. That's not chaos. That's accountability. All right.
I think you're spinning, but I get it.
Again, but I want to talk about the Stephanie Dumas because she's going to ask, or maybe she won't. Why should we rehire her? She's been there since 2018, bro. It's about to be 2022. Alicia Reese has done more in 1 year than she's done in damn near 4.
Yeah, but think about that.
What?
Though. Think about I just wonder if you take Stephanie Dumas off and put Christopher Smitherman on Hamilton County Commissioners. I'm saying it right here, right now. I'm wondering what is going to be his style. What kind of energy is he going to bring to the game? Is he going to bring?
He's
Is
gonna
he
bring
going
a
to be a
lot of collaboration.
collaborator? Is he going to be a
Absolutely.
collaborator? Is he going to work with the Democrats, or is he going to bring that same finger pointing, childish antics? I mean, he was a number one dude talking about the Gang of Five and text messages long after it was over with. That was him.
That
So
stuff ain't gonna
what
never
kind of
be over with,
energy
bro.
is he going to bring to the game is what I'm worried about. Stephanie Dumas, sure, she don't have the same personality as Alicia Reese, but it seems like the three of them, Reese, Dumas, and Driehaus, on a lot of the big things are all on the same page together and are working in the same direction. If Smitherman's on there, I don't see him doing that. I see him on some BS all the time, on some mini Trump type stuff. That's what I kind of see. Now, I could be wrong about that, but that's what I wonder. What is he going to bring to the commission?
Yeah, I think you're totally off base with that. Here's
I can't be too off base because that's what he did on council, bro. That's what he did on council.
Not what he did on council. It's not what he did on council.
That's exactly what he did on council. He spent
council
as much time talking about text messaging the Gang of Five as he more time than he did the kitchen table issues that really matter to Cincinnati voters. It was him,
bro. People care about shadow government.
Nobody cares about shadow government. That's why they elected a 8-member majority of Democrats on city council. Nobody cared about it. Except for Christopher Smitherman and the Republicans and his buddies that used to be in what's left the coast. Those are the only people that cared about it.
I don't think so, bro. I mean, look at it like this. The leader of the Gang of Five, PG Sittenfield, is not the mayor. He ain't even in there. So the reality is this: he was the one orchestrating all that garbage government. And look, the chickens came home to roost, like John from Princeton, New Jersey, or Florida, wherever the hell he's from, says all the time. Okay. Reality is this: I expect Christopher Smitherman and Alicia Reese to lead this county effectively. Period.
I don't. I do not. And again, I ain't trying to say nothing personal about that brother. He's a smart brother, but I'm being straight up when I tell you this. I don't. I wonder if he gets on the commission, is now 55% of the time he on dumb shit, pointing fingers and talking about what the Democrats ain't doing instead of working together to try to move the county forward. I wonder, based upon what I saw on city council. He was the ringleader for a lot of the chaos and the dumb-ish and the finger pointing and the bickering. It was him. It was him that was
chaos.
The chaos,
bickering.
The dumb-ish, and the bickering. The vast majority of the energy on council came from him. That's where it came from.
True at all,
yes, it's 100% true.
The bad energy came from PG Sittenfield. It's just he called it out, and you just didn't like that because PG's your boy. PG was the person that was causing all the chaos. He just didn't do it overly, and forward. He did it behind the scenes and ended up catching up with him. So you want to point to Smitherman saying he was causing chaos? That's trash. It's actually the white boy, the white privileged liberal, who was causing all the chaos. He just was doing it with a smile on his face. That's all that was. You looking at it all wrong, bro.
No, I'm looking at it all right. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about it as it happened in real time. And so right now we got 3 women. They're all Democrats. And on the majority big issues, they all are lockstep together. You don't hear a lot of finger pointing. Alicia Reese do what she do, but you don't see a lot of bickering between them. You don't see a lot of commotion and chaos between them. By and large, we see those 3 women working together, and that's what we need. We don't.
You didn't see Alicia. Hold on. You didn't see Alicia Reese call out Denise Driehaus when the immigrants was coming to the county. You ain't see that? Did you miss that?
I mean, even among colleagues and people that agree on things, you're gonna have disagreements. But I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I think they had a difference. I think they had a difference of agreement, and they voiced that. But that's different from what I'm afraid that Christopher Smitherman may bring. Again, I can only say may bring to the situation. I think it'll be 100. I think you'll start playing to the more conservative elements, just like you're doing right now. He's gonna take that. I fear he'll take that good Negro routine that he plays out on 700 WLW and then take that to the county commissioner's office. That's what my fear is about him.
Well, my whole thing is I'm not okay with just unanimous Democratic rule myself. He's an independent. So sometimes we need some independent thinking in the mix.
Really?
And I think that's important.
Yeah, I think that's how you spin it, but how it's actually, manifested on a day-to-day basis, issue basis is completely different. And that's just my thoughts about him. But we shall see. I hope the Stephanie
Yeah, we're gonna
Dumas
see.
runs. Hope she runs again and puts up a good fight. We'll see.
I think I don't know. She's kind of quiet. I think she's kind of scared.
Why would she be scared? Scared of what?
Because she could look. Because she knows that if it comes down to it, there's gonna be a lot of Democratic voters that are gonna go Smith. Period. There's a lot. He got a lot of deep roots in the black community of people who traditionally vote Democrat. Okay, so it's a scary race for her against that guy. He's gonna pull a lot of Democratic votes. You know that's true. You think the Democrats going to straight go down the ticket and vote Dumas? Hell, they're not going to do that, bro.
I can see black Democrats voting for Smitherman because he's a man. Number one, you got that gender bias thing. And then number two, I can see he does have support within the black community with some folks. I think it'll be a real conversation within the black community about if he ran and she runs, I think it'll be a real conversation within the black community. Maybe we need to have that conversation about between the two of them, which is better for us and better in general. But you're right. He do have some ties here.
Yeah. I mean, former NAACP president for like 7-8 years. Come on, man.
But he'll also have to explain why he turned his back on the black community and why he turned his back on local black media as well. He'll have to explain that.
When did he turn his back on black
over the last
community?
I don't know, last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Ever since he left doing that show on the Buzz, he turned his back and went over to 700 LW. Ever since then.
That's turning 700. So going on 700 WLW is turning your back on the black community.
Yeah, especially when you don't go to black media and have conversations anymore. I mean, I know he did a couple of interviews with some black females on gospel radio, but that ain't the same as talking with me or talking with Lincoln or talking with other folks. That ain't the same.
You guys are not the gatekeepers. You guys are not the gate. You guys are not the gatekeepers to the black community. Remember that.
That's not the point, though. I'm just saying he turned his back. He excommunicated a large segment of the black community, including local black media, the same black media that fed him and elevated him. And he's going to have to explain that. You've been doing the good boy routine, getting patted on the head by white talk show hosts for the last 5 years. Now you want us to vote for you. He's going to have to explain that. Why should I do that?
No, he's not.
Yes,
he don't have to even explain. No, he's making it sound like he got to explain himself to you and Lincoln and all these other folks. He ain't got to explain a damn thing to y'all because he got black people support. He ain't got to explain none of that shit.
You're right.
People know that because black folks listen to 700, contrary to popular belief. So he's been talking to black folks. He's been connected with black folks. You saying that he turned his back on the black community is garbage.
No, it's the truth.
Just because you won't talk to, what I'm saying. I'm just saying, y'all not the gatekeeper.
Yeah, okay. I hear what you're saying, bro, but I stand by what I said. I still feel that way.
All right, comrade. We take it easy. Just stay out of your emotions.
All right, man. Take it easy. That's a Black Russia. Das Vidanya. I don't even know what that means, but that's the only Russian I know. So that's as much as I get. So I love to see it. I'm here for it. I hope they both run again. The current makeup of the county commissioners, I'm sure they don't agree on everything, but by and large, they seem to be coming together on the big things. And again, if you added an independent or Republican, and that's what they will be getting with Smitherman, an independent / Republican. If you added an independent / Republican voice to the Hamilton County Commissioners, what role are they going to play? Are they going to play the spoilers? Or are they going to play the I told you so role or the finger pointing role? I mean, you only got a couple of positions to play. One is try to agree what you can agree and move forward. The other is to, now you got a stage. You know what I'm saying? See, I told you so. And I just was really not impressed by some of the behaviors that we saw from Smitherman and others. But most notably him, I'll say it again, he kept that whole gangified thing going on and on and on. And all it did was cost taxpayers a lot of money. And that was it. There was nothing more there. It was a minor infraction. It was a victimless crime. Really, the victims were the people that perpetrated it. They tried to make it seem like the voters lost. No, the people that lost were the people who actually were involved with it. They lost the most. We didn't lose anything out of it, but I get it. That's your boys in them. That's your mans in them. So you don't want to go there, but I just wonder. And I'll say it again, Smitherman been playing them people on 700 LW. See, he been playing the good boy routine, but he ain't no good boy. Smitherman is I keep saying this, I'll say it again. He is a long-term thinker. He's the kind of man that thinks 5, 6, 10 years down the road, and then he backs it up with action. Highly intelligent, highly motivated, and he knows how to deal with people. And those are great skills to have if you're anybody, especially if you're a politician. I would never insult Mr. Smitherman's intelligence ever, or his hustle and his grind. It would never come out of my mouth because I don't feel that way. But how the impact of that, like how that impacts our community, is really where my issues is. I thought the city council could have went a lot more smoothly. They could have worked a lot more together, but they keep arguing about dumb ish. You talked about my wife and all that. I don't care about none of that. Get down there and get the people's business done is the only thing I care about. Leave all that personal stuff out. I don't care if somebody says something on a text message. So what? I'm not impressed by that. I don't care what they said and who they was talking about. So what? Get to work. So we shall see. It'll be interesting. Something to look forward to. Eloise. Elo. Good morning, Elo. She writes, good morning. Happy Thursday. That dude from Candyman. What's his name? We ain't even talk about Candyman, though. Candyman only killed non-melanated people. I'm gonna spoil it. If you never watched the movie Candyman, it's not a traditional horror movie. Jordan Peele did something different with it. That's like social commentary. He took the legend of Candyman and basically combined that with the ongoing conversation about police brutality and mashed it together and made it into a movie. And just a spoiler for you, but if you go back and watch Candyman, the newest one, Candyman only killed non-melanated people. He didn't kill no black folks. Put it that way. And there's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? So if you go watch that movie, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not what you think. You're not getting a straightforward horror movie. You're getting social commentary using the horror movie genre, right? To put it out there. That's really what that is. But it was interesting. I put it that way. Is it worth your time? Yes and no. If you're not into the hardcore, if you're not a hardcore horror film genre, I want to know what Jordan Peele did kind of movie kind of person, you're not going to like it. If you're the kind of person that will waste your time from time to time to take a ride, an experimental ride, or to experience something different for a little while, you may come out of it satisfied. You might be like, man, that's pretty much what you're going to get. For me, I went into it expecting a horror movie. So what I got out of it wasn't what I expected. So I put it that way. It's not straight up horror. Brenda writes, good morning, Nate in the Choppers. Get to the chopper! And here it is, the last few days of 2021. And it's been a hell of a ride for me personally, man. I've had some great highs and some great lows. Some really great highs. Like every day is a high for me. I know the people around me are just sick, because sometimes you got somebody that's always optimistic and happy to be alive. It's kind of like, I'm sick of hearing this shit, right? But that's generally how I feel. Like every day is a great day. Personally, 2021 has been super good. It's been one of the best years ever in terms of my own personal, physical, and mental and emotional development. It's been great. But of course, I lost my mom's this year a few months back. So that's never good. Professionally had some big highs, some big highs. I mean, the show has gotten a lot of shine this year from local media. Again, shout out to the NAACP. That was a high watermark. Kind of nights you want to continue forever, as long as possible. So it's been great in a lot of different ways. Largely, I would say 2021, I would give it a thumbs up, minus losing my mother. If it wasn't for that, I have 2 thumbs up enthusiastically. You know what I'm saying? But even with the loss of my mother, it's the circle of life, yo. Anthony Rice, athletic and agile. Tracy writes, Junior is changing. The little boy is gone. Yeah, I know, right? You already know, because you went through it with your children, your boys. It's bittersweet. On one hand, it's like, oh, he's growing up. He's going to be 18 soon. Yay. But on the other, it's like, oh, no, he's growing up. He's not 5 anymore. He's not 4 anymore. He's behind there listening right now underneath the covers. You see him moving? There he is. We see you, bro. That's cool. You can be with your daddy. Just hang out with your pops, man. You ain't got to go nowhere. You's cool. Okay, there it is. I like it like that. There it is. Lakeith is an excellent actor. Yes. Susan writes no to Lakeith. Sister Iris like, oh hell no, no Little Nas X. He was just joking. He had to be joking. What are we talking about? Well, on some days we talking about, some of the most serious conversations you can be having. There's other days or other times we're talking about less serious, but maybe just as interesting topics. And we might be on one of those right now. Just talking about this ongoing sort of online conversation about who should be the next Black Panther. I know it's not the most weighty and the most serious conversation. And we can be talking about how we're going to solve addiction and we're going to solve violence. We'll get to all of it. We'll solve the world's problems probably sometime in the future. Right here, right now, we're just having this kind of conversation. Hopefully it's something you can get into. At least I'm real with you. Dale writes, bad idea by operative. Angela writes, we got to watch our language on the phone calls. Junior's in the house, LOL. Pamela writes, good morning, the Choppers. Watch Don't Look Up last night. A must-see movie. Okay, great. I told you. I thought you people would like it, man, because, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? And, we've got a connection on some levels in terms of things that we're into, but I thought it was interesting commentary to what we're dealing with right now with COVID, the birther movement, stop the steal. I thought it was very, very interesting, and I could see something like that happening. Steve Urkel, huh? What? Jamie Hector? I don't even know who Jamie Hector is. Who is Jamie Hector? Let me look this up. Jamie Hector. Jamie Hector. Oh, okay. Jamie Hector. That's interesting. I didn't know that's what his name was. He didn't like a Jamie Hector to me. This the brother that played on The Wire, right? He played one of the dope dealers on The Wire. What was the brother's name? Let me throw him up here. Face-wise, he's got that villain look to him. I'm sorry, that's all I see. I don't know. As the new Black Panther, I don't see it. Here's an image right here I think will give us a sense of his physicality. So maybe. Hold on one second here. One second. Throw this up here. Jamie Hector? And see, that's what made Chadwick Boseman so dope. As soon as they said Chadwick Boseman, before we saw him in a Black Panther outfit or anything, I thought I could see that. Because he's got that, he got the skin tone, he got the acting chops, he had that beard. It seemed very regal. Okay, let me throw Jamie Hector up here real quick so people know what we're talking about. This is the brother. Who did he play? He played what was his name? Somebody help me out here. This brother played, that's Lakeith Stanfield. This is Jamie Hector right here. He played on The Wire. What was the brother's name? He was at war with the Barksdales, man. What was his name? He was the up-and-coming dope dealer. Maybe that's a better picture right there. Anybody help me out here? What's the brother's name real quick? Or the Marlowe. That's right, Marlowe. Thank you, Daryl typed in. Marlowe. Yeah, he played Marlowe. Yeah, he played a damn good job too. Played the hell out of that. I don't see it. Let me see. What about the guy that played Lawrence in Insecure? Huh. Now I think you're talking. Brother would have to bulk up, but I could see that. I think I could see that. I think he'd have to bulk up. He's a little lighter than what I'm looking for. He's a little lighter because, again, Black Panther has to be darker skinned. It's just what it is. I can see it. Let me look at the image. I'm looking for images right now, I think. Let me give you a headshot. Nah, the headshot ain't gonna do it. You gotta have a body shot with it real quick. Hold on. He's a little thin, but he's tall. He can act. But can he act as an action hero? That's the question. He'd have to bulk up, hit them protein shakes a little bit, hit the gym, but he could definitely do it. Okay, here's an image right here. I think this is a good image right here. I'm on Google. I don't know this actor's name, but he's pretty good on Insecure. Nobody spoiled Insecure. I'm gonna watch it later. I might watch it over the weekend. I might binge watch it with the wifey. But somebody who said this. You might be on to something. That's Bell Hooks. Hold on one second. I didn't realize but the wifey had 2 other Bell Hooks books here. I had no idea. I'm gonna catch up on some Bell Hooks at some point. Okay, here's the brother right here. I just got a photograph with his shirt off because, whoever plays Black Panther has to have some physicality to him, right? And I can see that. I can see him being Black Panther. I can see that. Can I get an amen on this? A here? I can see this. I mean, we, the citizens of Cyber Wakanda, who better than to decide who should take over as a new Black Panther? Okay, in the fictional Wakanda, it should be us. I can see it. Anybody watch that show, Insecure? If not, you've missed out. You have missed out. But the good thing is you can go back and watch it yourselves. Lots of fun. Here's another photograph for the brother. Now, he's actually married to a non-sister, I believe, in real life. So, we ain't going to hold that against him. It is what it is. Let me see. I got another image of him real quick. I'll throw up here. You can take a look. Ladies, you tell me, because y'all, it's the women that's going to choose a new Black Panther anyway. There's another photograph of him. I can see it. A little lighter than I'm looking for. Wish he was a little darker. Got to bulk up, hit them protein shakes. You know what I'm saying? Raw eggs in your shake and all that kind of stuff, Rambo style. But I can see that. Who said that? Somebody says Lance Gross. Oh boy. Ooh. Panty droppers. Oh boy. That brother. Gonna bring him up. Make us all look bad. Lance Gross. How tall is Lance Gross? Hold on. Is he 6 feet? Gotta be at least 6 feet. He's gonna be the new Black Panther. 6 feet. Okay. I can see it. I can see Lance Gross. I could definitely see Lance Gross as the new Black Panther. I could definitely see that. Yeah, he could pull it off. Let me see here. Let me see. I'll pull up a picture that the ladies will love. I'm doing this for you, ladies, so thank me later. Give you a little eye candy. What my son said, Mom? In the background. All right, ladies, this is for you. I'm gonna put this up here for you. It's not for me, trust me. But as we keep the conversation going, I can see this. I get a brother his props. I can see Lance Gross doing this. He can act, do action. Sure, he can. Anybody can do action these days. It's all in post credit. That's Lance Gross right there, ladies. That's for you. Don't say I don't do nothing for you. Don't say I don't do anything for you. Don't say your boy Nate don't look out for you, because I do. Daddy, and they're talking about another woman. What do you think about Lance Gross as a new Black Panther? You don't think so? What about this? That's the guy from Insecure. What about him? Well, not body wise, but the whole 9 yards. But body has to be a part of it. What about Lakeith Stanfield? What about this brother? You know his brother. What about this brother?
I don't know.
What about this brother? That's Denzel's son.
Yes.
You see him,
Absolutely.
but he's only 5'9" though. Black Panther has to be at least 6 feet, don't you think?
Wait, no.
And one more. Eric said Lil Nas X.
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, we're gonna go with no on that one. Yeah, that's a no. So Lance, right? He's like body wise, Lance Gross could pull it off. Yeah, Lance Gross could definitely pull that off. I could see it. I think acting wise, he could pull it off. I do. I do. I think he could pull it off. I've seen him in a bunch of probably primarily romantic comedy type things, but I mean, how difficult is action? It ain't that hard. So who's ever said Lance Gross? I can see that. I can see it. Mm-hmm. And he's even darker. I like that. Mm-hmm. I'm with that. Let me see if I can get another image of him up here so the ladies can get your little eye candy in, because you get some eye candy on Nathan Ivy Show. Let me see. Trying to find a good photograph I think will fit the whole motif that we're looking for here. I don't know. Yeah, I can't come up with anything. I'm sitting here looking at these fucking pictures of this man. But you get it. You get what I'm saying. Victoria says it's a no to Lance Gross, really? Oh, to Lawrence. Didi writes no. Ladies, y'all gonna decide who the Black Panther. It won't be men, it'll be y'all. Brent writes, just bring back Killmonger to be Black Panther. It wouldn't be the first time that they brought someone back from the dead. Michael B. Jordan as the new Black Panther. I think that if they came up with a good way of explaining it, that could work. Like, I think that people would accept Michael B. Jordan as the new Black Panther, but they would have to come up with some kind of way to make it make sense, like in the multiverse or somehow. But if they came up with some kind of way to do that, I think it could work. It would be a little bit awkward, but I think it could work. And it could even be really dope if they came up with a really good storyline. Like, that's not my expertise, but I think that might be able to work. I don't know. You tell me. Dare writes, I call some heck saying Issa's character was fickle. She is fickle. That's part of what makes her so interesting on that show, Insecure. It's a very good show. I loved it. Couldn't get enough of it. Nakia writes, I love the show so much that I watched the first 2 seasons, forgot about it, then went back and watched them all over again. Then I watched the first 3 seasons, forgot about it, then went back and watched them all again. I mean, that's how much I liked it. Braxton, he definitely has clout, not to take any stripes from him. It is what it is, but he's very controversial. You talking about Christopher Smith, man? He is. Again, I from an intelligence standpoint, and I can't speak to the man's heart. I cannot speak to the man's heart whatsoever. So I'm gonna assume good things. Like, he's got the best interest of the community. You know me, I'm always gonna reflexively fall back on that shit. But in terms of his behavior and what we saw on City Council, I'm so over that. I'm so glad we got new council, because I got sick to death of watching the same old games over and over and over again, wasting our damn time. Elaine writes, good morning. Susan writes, I could go for Lance. Is that right? Come on, man. He could be Black Panther all day long. And twice only, he could definitely do it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, 100%. Let me see. John's calling back. Let's go straight to the phones. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Nathan Ivey and the good people of Cincinnati, as well as the good people around the world. And yes, the choppers. Before I hang up, I want to wish you and your family and your lovely wife and kids a happy new year going into the next year. And I'm sure it's going to be a great one.
Thank you. Same to you.
Before we get to these COVID cases or this case, you were bringing out the names of who could play the next Black Panther. I'd like to chime in. Yeah, I think it's not that difficult for the writers to bring back the brother. What's his name again? That died.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I think he's perfect to play the part. It's not hard for them, the writers, to reconstruct that. Look like he's died, and somehow he came back, and Boseman dies, and he comes feeling that the kindness of his heart. He changes his evil ways and takes over. I don't think that's hard for them to do. Yeah, they're probably looking at a list of people, depending on who they like. But I think he's perfect because he played that first Black Panther. He did a good job at that, being the evil one, and he fits the bill. He's 6'1", 6'2". Maybe he's bulked up. And I like to throw another name in there. What's the possibility of Nathan Ivey putting his name on the list? You're tall. You have to trim down a little bit. You have to drop the weight. and the wifey may have to deal with the groupies following you around if you're selected. I'm sure that's something you'll talk about. But I think you can play the part. And I think, and one other name, yes, why not John from Princeton, from Florida? He can throw his hat in the ring. I bulk up, I work out. Maybe I have to come down a couple of ages, but I can play the part good. But Nathan, I think you'll be perfect. You're tall. You may have to drop a little weight. Drink some more of those vitamin shakes.
Vitamin
Drop
shakes.
vitamin shakes with the pills. I think you'll be perfect.
I think you're right, man. I'm gonna go
take
ahead and
over the slot.
I'm gonna go ahead and claim it. I think you're right, John. You're absolutely right, man. I didn't want to be so egotistical and offer myself up, but you're absolutely right, man.
Well,
100%.
I don't. I've been in your presence many times. I see how tall you are. Yes, dropping the weight, drinking some of those shakes, protein shakes, trimming up may take you from your radio job because that acting position takes a little bit of time, 4 to 6 months. I guess if you get your lines down right, yeah, you got to read the lines, Nathan. You got to get it right. Or the director, what's his name? I always forget his name, but but yeah,
The director of the Black Panther movie, you saying?
Yeah.
It's a brother. I can see his face.
Yeah.
It'll come to me.
But yeah, that's.
You still there, John? John, we lost you.
Okay, I'm
there
here. Still here. So let's get to the COVID.
Let's get to the COVID.
When I look at the lines here in Florida, and as well as the news clips, show the lines are taking off across the country. In Florida, I have to sit back and reflect. Unbelievable. Now, let's go back first. Let's go back who created the biggest crime in American history. Well, no, maybe second biggest crime. Slavery, as far as I'm concerned, was the biggest crime. But this crime, when Trump stepped on that inauguration table, he put his hand on the Bible. He swore to protect and serve, etc., etc., etc. Well, he didn't do that. That's a crime. I don't care what the media says, over 800 people, 800,000 people. No, it's over 1 million, easy. So let's see what this investigation is going to work out. I think he's going to escape. Yeah, that panel of people that in Congress that's investigating will get some of Trump's lower lynch people, but they won't go after Trump. And we'll deal with that another day, excuse me, at another time. But now we see the numbers that have taken off, and they will continue taking off. Now I'm hearing 4 to 6 more months of this mess that's going to be out of control. But it comes down to one thing. If Trump would have done his job, what Barack Obama told him to do, prior before Barack Obama leaving the White House, he set up a department within the White House to deal with COVID and viruses. This is where they were setting him up, Nathan. They were setting Trump up, knowing whatever Barack Obama tell him and his people, he's going to do the opposite. And that worked. If they get Trump or not, that's another story. But the lines across the country are bigger than they were last year. And most of these lines you're seeing today are people that did not want to get these shots. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. Unbelievable. You affect yourself, you affect your wives, your kids, and your co-workers. And the other part of it, I got to give Biden and Harris a slight pass. But where I don't give him a pass on, Biden and Harris, when he came into office, he should have shut it down. I don't care what nobody says. Shut it down. I don't care. But they were thinking about money, putting people back to work. They want that tax-based money. Yeah, the rich don't pay taxes. Only us suckers, the poor and the middle class, pay. So Biden was focusing on one thing, put people back to work. Okay, and then what the ultimate insult, what he pissed me off about Biden last weekend, he gives Trump a praise. Are you kidding me? This guy was late to the dance. How do you praise this guy? That was late to the dance. Over 1 million people are dead, and you praising him for coming up with the virus? He was a year late. Unbelievable. Your comment, sir.
Well, My comment is I agree with your general, viewpoint that I think that Trump could have did a lot better job, but that's water under the bridge. I think what matters now is making sure we do a good job today. But I think that's pretty much bait. Like we all know that. Like that's true. And it did. It cost people their lives and it made our response to COVID a lot slower than it could have been. But that was years ago. We got to deal with what we're dealing with right now. So that's how I feel about it.
Well, what we're dealing with right now is out of control, Nathan, and it's going to stay out of control. Now, these people that didn't get the shots are lining up across the country. They know they're late, and what they're doing is getting tested. They're not getting the shots, they're getting tested. That's not doing nothing. You should be lining up to get just shots, not get tested, because you're affecting members in your community. Unbelievable. And people, and then we don't know the data on this, if you've taken your shots plus the booster, can you still get affected? Now I'm hearing yes, but it won't be as serious as if you didn't get the shots. And I'm going to end with this. When I was watching CNN this past weekend, and they was in some hospital in the Midwest, and some black woman was laying on the bed. Yeah, I don't know how the media got into that hospital, but they interviewed her. She had a mask on and tubes around her and everything. And she stated, and it's not coming from John from Florida, I'm sorry I didn't get these shots. Well, looking at her, she's out of shape. You can tell she's gained weight. She had the respirator on, the mask, and she said, I'm sorry I didn't get that shot. Wow. If that powerful statement she just stated, I understand black people did not want to go along with the plan. Yes, we know what this country has done to us, syphilis, the history of syphilis, and other experimental evils that the American government has done, and that's going to come out later on. But when she made that statement, how many of us in the black community said the same thing until they get caught with it? And now they're running out, lining up, rightfully so. Yes, you should do it, but you were late to the dance.
But John, let me
And
say
that,
this though, brother.
that
It's such a
pisses me off.
personal decision, and you're not going to be able to shame people into getting vaxxed. If people feel that way, man, they're gonna have to come to their own conclusions, and that might be after getting really, really, seriously sick or somebody close to them. It's just what it is, man. I mean, shaming people, it's just not going to work. And even presenting people with the facts at this point is not going to work. People, it's an individual decision that people are going to have to make based upon their experiences, and that's just what it is. I don't think there's anything that anybody can say that can move somebody to get the vaccination. If they're at this point, if they're like dead set against it, there's nothing you can say. There's no evidence you can present to them. They've made their decision. They're going to ride it all the way out, no matter what. That's just where we are.
Well, I got to beg the difference. I'm not shaming them. And you're right. It's a personal choice. I understand that. But now look at the condition this country is in. And as I stated, those people that did not get the shots early this year, now they're still, they're running to the line to get tested. I can see it, so I'm not shaming or slashing somebody. As you stated, yes, I agree with you. It's an individual choice. And that choice may cost you your life and the members of your family around you. That's very sad. And taking that choice, my mother always used to say, it's an individual choice. You get the stupid government that you deserve. That's what she used to say to me. And over the years, that's what I've seen.
Well, I don't think that we
But
get what we deserve. We don't deserve what we're getting from our government. We deserve a lot better. But John, I got to make a move, bro. I appreciate your call.
okay, have a nice day. Happy New Year. And let the wifey know we're still interested in getting Nathan and Ivy come down here to Florida to come to the man cave.
Okay, I'm down. Once that COVID goes down a little bit, man, I'll definitely jump on the plane and come down there and powwow with you, John. You already know. I just disagree with that last part. We don't deserve to have a system that is so heavily partisan. We don't deserve that. The people in West Virginia don't deserve Joe Manchin. They don't deserve that. But you don't get what you deserve in this world. You don't get what you deserve in this world. I mean, come on. And we old enough to agree with that. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you get. Period. Now, in some cases, you get what you work for. Like if your mental's in a certain position, you can manifest your reality. But When you're dealing with the actions of other human beings that are out of your control, you get what you get. You get what you can control. That's what you get. You get what you can control. And what you can't control, you got to deal with. But the people in West Virginia, the people of this country don't deserve that. The people of Cincinnati don't deserve the lack of leadership that we've gotten for decades and decades and decades, the high concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, and then the influence that wealth gives those very few people to affect our governmental system in a way that benefits them over everybody else. We don't deserve that. Poor, if you're born black, if you're born melanated and poor in this country, you don't get what this country has set up to give people with those demographics. You don't deserve that. But what's deserved got to do with it? Not a damn thing. Come on now, as adults, we know that. That's one of those lessons you just got to deal with. You get what you get in some cases. You know what I'm saying? You got to make lemonade out of lemons. You got to get it out the mud. Not everybody's born in the mud. You got some children that's born in this country into wealth in a way that they couldn't even imagine, and they ain't do a damn thing except just be born. They deserve that? They didn't deserve that, but that's what they got. You got other folks, man, that's born literally in the mud, in the sludge. They got to work their way out to try to get out and make something out of their country. They didn't deserve that, but you start where you start. But I'm a big believer, though, if you work hard and you're committed and disciplined, then you can manifest your reality. You can manifest things if you work hard. I believe that. But even in working hard, so sometimes you gotta get lucky. Chance favors the prepared mind. You prepare, you working hard, but you need that luck. You need the things to line up for you. You bump into somebody that through 6 degrees of separation is exactly the person that you need to meet. That kind of stuff. Glenn writes again, if you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you're not gonna like these flows, because I come from something different. If everything you ever tried to do in your life always worked, if you was born into privilege, you're probably not gonna like this show, because I wasn't born into that, so that's not my reality. So you're not gonna really see a lot of yourself. That's my thoughts anyway. Jerome writes, the vaccine is not stopping the virus. Well, since John brought it up, new COVID-19 cases in U.S. soared to the highest levels on record. And that's because humans are worse than COVID. We already know why this is happening. I've already talked to you about this. We already know. This is a screenshot directly from the Huffington Post, so you can see what I'm looking at. More than a year after the vaccine was rolled out, new cases of COVID-19 in the U.S. have soared to the highest level on record at over 265,000 per day on average. Why are the schools open? Who's testing the children? Why are we putting people in harm's way just to make a little bit of money? Why are we doing this? Dr. Fauci, who is the top U.S. infectious disease expert, said just yesterday that there is no need to cancel small home group gatherings among vaccinated and boosted family and friends. But if your plans are to go to a 40 to 50 person New Year's Eve party with all the bells and whistles and everybody hugging and kissing and wishing each other a happy new year, I would strongly recommend that this year we do not do that. That's from Dr. Fauci. Do what you do. Do what you do. I'm just giving you the information. I ain't telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just giving you the information. That's it. Before we go any deeper, I need to remind you that today's show is brought to you by our good friends at Renew Community Church. They do a Sunday morning masterclass, Sunday mornings at 11:45 a.m. You can tap in live on Facebook and YouTube. And every week they have a different topic. This Sunday's topic, 2022, work hard or work easy in life. It's your choice. Learn the path of least resistance for your life. You can tap in on Facebook at facebook.com/Sunday CINCI Renew. That's Cincy Renew. And on YouTube at Renew Community Church live stream. Tap in this Sunday. Let's get back to it, though. Oh, yeah, it's real out here in these streets, man. It's real in these streets. So if you're planning on going to a New Year's Eve party, you know, just do what you do, man, at these days. Like I said, people who are pro-vaccine, there's nothing that's going to stop them from taking the vaccine. And people who are anti-vaccine, there's nothing that's going to make them take the vaccine. We are where we are. I don't believe at this point, unless something happens that's really, really close to somebody, like they almost get sick and die, or they have a family member that almost dies or dies, and then it opens their eyes. Short of that, there's nothing that anybody can say. You see all these ads out here. I mean, you still got to put the effort in, but I don't really think it's changing anybody's minds at this point. At this point, the only thing that's going to change somebody's mind is close proximity to the disease. That's it. That's it. You know, people are dug in, and that's just how they feel, and I'm cool with it. The mask did more than the vaccine. Sister Iris writes, and I talked about this earlier, I'm aware of it. Cincinnati is under a state of emergency for the fire department. 26 firefighters have COVID. Yeah, it's everywhere. Dale writes, greed, Nathan. Victoria Smith writes, I agree, Mr. Ivy, you can't shame people. I spent months in the ICU with my mother. I cannot fathom why people won't get vaxxed. I saw COVID death up close and personal. My question is, how do we get out of this? The hospital is on the brink of collapse. Well, what we should have done in this country, we're not doing, is, to be honest with you, is we should have been in quarantine all this time. We should have been in quarantine all this time. You know, that's at the very least without the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? The schools should be closed, the businesses should be closed, but the problem with that is that you're messing with the money. And when you start messing with the money, you know, you start to run into a lot of problems. Okay. The other thing is that Americans, we are just too, there's very little unity in America right now. I mean, even within the Black community, you got pockets of unity, little silos of unity. So we can't agree on anything. We can't even agree on how to deal with this COVID thing. And that's the reason why COVID is winning, because COVID has a single-minded determination with no other separate agenda. Human beings have multiple agendas. I want to be healthy. I want to make money. I want to go out and eat. I'm feeling like I've been isolated too much. I'm in my feelings. COVID never gets in his feelings. COVID never feels like, damn, I'm tired of watching Netflix. I want to go out. COVID never feels that way. So the way we've decided to deal with it, Victoria, we're going to get through it very, very slowly. This is going to stretch on until this time next year. We'll probably be having the same or similar conversations this time next year, just because we're trying to do two things at the same time. We want everything to try to get back to normal, and we want to deal with COVID. Sometimes you can't do two things. You got to just focus on one until you get to a certain point and then deal with another side. So that's what's going to happen. You know, we're going to deal with it incrementally, slowly, day by day, month by month, year by year. And that's what it's going to be, Victoria. That's what I see anyway. I could be wrong. Greg writes, it's a choice whether a person gets a vaccine or not, but society is moving towards requiring vaccines to move around. Fauci and Biden are considering whether to require vax payers to get on domestic flights. They should, quite honestly. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivy. This is your West Side Connection. With the sniffles, with the cold. Yes, Mr. Ivy. I'm not vaccinated. I have a cold, runny nose.
You sure it's not COVID?
Mr. Ivy, how many times I got to tell you, I am not in the high-risk group. I'm only 61. I'm healthy, great immune system, and you know the benefits of vitamin D, which I get on a regular basis walking while retired. So when my daughter, who's a naturopathic doctor, and my grandson, 4 years old, Dylan, when they came to visit last week, they were here for Christmas. They got here Friday night. They stayed all day Saturday, and they left late Saturday. Now, on Monday, Well, actually on Sunday, I kind of felt it coming because every year when I would go visit her in Arizona, I would always come back with a cold. But when it was COVID a couple years ago, I know I had COVID because it was everything that they described. But now, fast forward to now, and then listening to John's call, because that's when I first turned you on, listening to John. He described a woman that was in some news story, sitting on the side of her bed, regretting that she didn't get the shot. Now, in her case, she was high risk. Now, those are the individuals that should be targeted to try to persuade them to get the shot. But somebody like me, who's retired, I'm not around the public. And oh, by the way, my daughter, she doesn't see actual patients in a hospital. And she's not vaccinated. And obviously her son's only 4, so he's not old enough to be vaccinated. And if he was, she would not get him vaccinated. She has been anti-vaccination way before COVID came. But my point is, Mr. Ivy, there's a lot of people out there in America whose jobs have given out mandates that told the people that were not vaccinated, you don't have to get a vax, but you got to go test on a regular basis. So I think that's what's driving all these Americans to all these overflow and long line testing sites because it's connected to their job. Because somebody like me who has a cold, Mr. Ivy, why would I run to get tested? That makes no sense.
It does make sense. Just to make sure that you don't
I'm
have
not
COVID.
in the risk category. I'm not in the risk
category.
I'm
You're
not
an American.
around.
You live in America,
I'm not around other Mr. Ivy. When I go to the casino, or I go grocery shopping or wherever, I wear my mask inside a closed place.
Yeah, but you're still around other people, bro.
I just do that. No, I'm not. I am not around. Okay, Mr. Ivy, would you just listen for a minute, sir? Okay, listen. I do not have Omicron. I have a cold. Okay.
You don't know that, sir, because you haven't been tested. You don't know that for sure.
Yes, I do know. You know how I know?
How?
Because when I was a mailman, I get the same thing every time this year, Mr. Ivy. It's almost like clockwork because I also have sinus problems as well. So sometimes it could be a severe sinus infection or it could be a cold. It lasts for 2 or 3 days. And when I was actually working before COVID, I would take my 3 sick days and go back to work.
So you're
so
right.
In this case,
like I'm through
the period of contagion. I'm through that period.
You know your body
so
better
why would
than
I
anybody.
go get tested?
You know your body better than anybody. All I'm saying is I'm reading that the test positivity rate has quadrupled in California for COVID in the last 2 weeks. You live in California.
Yes. Have you also heard of the problems that they're having with one of the tests?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, do it. Trust but verify. Because there's 2 different types of tests. There's the rapid response that you can get the results in like 15, 20 minutes. And then there's the other ones where you got to send it out. That's where they test for the antibodies or something like that. They're saying that those are the tests that they're having problem with right now. So again, Mr. Ivy, everything that's happening now is worse than it was with Trump. So they're going to come up with new data, okay? Because there never have been this many people tested in such a short period of time. Now, you could argue whether Biden should have had more tests available, blah, 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 but that's irrelevant. The fact is that most Americans would not be rushing to get tested if it did not rely on their job or to go to the gym or to go wherever in some of these states, California being one of them, but other states, they're not as restrictive as out here in California. Now, again, Mr. Ivy, I know I don't have Omicron because I told you back in 2019.
You don't.
I know for. Okay, all right.
You can't say you know for a fact because you haven't gotten tested. You say you strongly
didn't say that
based upon your previous experiences. I understand that, but you don't know for sure, brother.
That's true. I don't know for sure, and I'm not going to go get a test to tell me if I am or not because after 5 days, which I'm only on the 4th day, Mr. Ivy, after 5 days, which is the new the new requirement or suggestion from the CDC, they moved it from 10 days quarantine down to 5.
Right.
Because guess why they said that, Mr. Ivy? They said because it's affecting hospitals, first responders, because I read a post by the number one freedom fighter in Cincinnati, shout out to Iris Rowley. She put a post in saying that the fire department has a state of emergency because people are testing and they don't have enough firefighters. So this is what the problem is, Mr. Ivy. All these mandates that they know are unconstitutional, and they're forcing people to go get these tests on a regular basis. So that's all I got, sir. And I'm okay, Mr. Ivy. But if I was fat, lazy, and greasy, smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey like Glenn, out of shape, fat, and yes, I would be worried. But I'm not in that category, Mr. Ivy. I am pretty healthy, thank God. I'm in pretty good shape. I get my vitamin D on the regular. So vitamin D, people don't know that, Mr. Ivy. The sunshine, vitamin D is the best thing to boost your immunity, as well as getting in shape and as well as following some of the advice that you put out as far as what you put in your mouth, because that is the problem. It's the people who are in the risk categories who are not getting vaccinated and putting their health at risk. I'm not in that category. If I was, I would be vaccinated. It's no big deal, Mr. Ivy. So I just wanted to give you that. Plus, I wanted to tweak on Glenn because he all got his panties in a bunch again because he's experiencing the Drop Squad 52 experience on Twitter, lighting his punk ass up. So where you at, Glenn? Drop Squad 52. I'm out.
Appreciate the call. That's Drop. Hope you don't have COVID. But you're right, though, brother. Sounds like you walking every day. You getting your vitamin D. You getting your exercise. You got your legal weed. So you doing your thing. I hope you. Nakia writes, he has COVID. Yeah, he's got COVID. Kamiki writes, FYI, the Omicron variant presents with symptoms similar to a sinus infection. Don't tell him that. Watch him finesse this topic for relevance. Right. Drop love to finesse for relevance. Nakia writes, reaching. Crystal writes, get tested, cray cray. I get it. I understand. If that was me, it's the 5th day. He's like, man, I've been self-quarantined basically anyway. Why get the test? I get it. Why go through the expense and the hassle to stand in line? And then in a day or two, I don't have to be quarantined anymore. I understand it. I get it. I don't know if he contradicts himself or not. He does it so much, but it's hard to remember. President Biden talked about the home tests and that there is a shortage of these. Therefore, they're working on getting 500 million such tests by mid-January. In the meantime, people are lining up at COVID test centers. Welcome to our new reality. 5 days for asymptomatic persons, not those with symptoms, which he has. Jerome writes, you smoke weed. The quarantine time affected airline workers. Airlines have postponed and canceled flights, so airline companies like Delta reached out to the CDC, and the CDC listened. Pamela writes, Drop's talking like a true ignorant Trump pansy. What? We need a picture of Drop. I got a picture of Drop. Hold on. I'll show you. Sent me a picture a while ago. I got a picture of Drop Squad. I might not. Actually, it might be on his old. Might have been on his old account. So actually, I don't have a picture of Drop. Let me see here. See. I got a picture of Drop when he was like a referee. He was a referee. I don't know what I did with the picture. It doesn't like it's in my account anymore because I think he switched up his account and I must have lost it. I don't know. Can't find it fast enough. I don't know. Good morning, King Nate and the Mighty Choppers. Good morning to you. Politically Podcast Show writes, he called more fouls on the black teams than the white teams, did he? Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Roger writes, Marlo from The Wire. Good morning to you. Drop, why is there a need to fat shame? Some of the most healthiest people have died from COVID. Really? Angela writes salutations. Man, I joined the show while Drop was talking. I knew I felt wickedness. Oh, man. Has Drop lost his sense of taste and smell? I didn't ask him that. I got a picture of Michael Hoover. Now, earlier we were talking about who should replace Chadwick Boseman. Should they rethink the character and maybe make Siri have a female Black Panther? I am 100% against a female Black Panther at this point. Maybe down the line. Right now, we need Black male superheroes. One of the biggest cultural things going on right now is all this Marvel stuff, and we need a prominent position there on some positive-ish. From Birth of a Nation to T'Challa, ruler of Black Panther. And I think they should keep the series going and just recast it. And so we talked a little bit about who should be recast. The women will decide. Y'all will decide. And people came up with all kind of suggestions. Like somebody suggested this brother right here. His name is Kofi Siriboe. Kofi is his first name. Kofi. Last name Siriboe. And the wifey suggested him. Now, it makes me wonder why she got time to be looking at this kind of stuff. But ladies, what do you think about Kofi? His name is Kofi Siriboe? Siriboe? She said she don't know. It don't matter. It don't matter. Ladies, he could be the new Black Panther. And he's 6'2", got the dark skin thing. I've never heard him. I don't think I've seen him act in anything, so I don't know the ability. But anybody can do action these days. You know what I'm saying? As Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal can do acting, damn it, anybody can act in an action movie. It ain't that hard. But what you think about this man right here, ladies? Because he be the new Black Panther. And we have here's what I'm looking at. Boom. This brother, he plays the character Lawrence on Insecure. I think he could do it. This brother could do it. This brother could do it. And this brother could do it. Hold on. I think I just got a tweet from Drop. Oh, here, he got me a picture. Okay, he sent a picture right here. So now when Drop calls in, I'll show this picture. He looks like a Drop. Get some facial hair, black man. Drop ain't got no facial hair. I ain't messing with him, though. But yeah, ladies, what do you think about that? Bro? His name is Kofi something. Kofi Siriboe. Cruther writes, Jack, that chocolate looks good. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Kofi or Lance. Okay. So Kofi right here or Lance Gross. I can see, again, I think we got 4 good ones. Hopefully Hollywood is paying attention because we're doing our job this morning. This brother, this brother, this brother, or this brother. Okay. We have some also rans. This brother, I don't see it. This brother, Lakeith Stanfield, I don't see it. This brother, and we're not even going to show this brother because that's just a joke. But let's go back to the phones. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi, buddy. How are things?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Yeah. Hey, listen, before you even start, okay, now that he's got his truth off his chest, can we dead that now on this show? I don't have a response. I don't feel a need to. That's his truth. Let him get it off his chest. Okay? I don't feel a need to address any of that. 20 years ago, I started a job at the Inquirer, taking sports, started my journalism career, taking high school sports scores, the little blurbs you would see on the sports page. Nathan Ivey scored 15 points and 8 rebounds to lead Sun Digital Media to a 64-60 victory over WDBZ. You know what I'm saying? And then I parlayed that into a full-time career to the point where I got to New York and I got 2 Yankees bylines and a USA Today byline. But the last 10 years been hell. You know what I'm saying? Went to prison, all type of shit, and started gravitating toward unsavory individuals. You know what I'm saying? And now, I stopped smoking weed and everything. Mind is clear. And because of, the sports betting, you know what I've got on the shelf. Tried to confirm it with you yesterday. No return call, no return text, but it is what it is. But you know what I got planned and what I'm doing. And I feel like Fight Dog on the song We Got the Jazz. How's about that? It feels like it's my turn again. I don't have time to wallow in mire with folks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Are you?
I'll reach out
are
to
you
you
there?
today, brother. I missed your call yesterday.
Are you okay? But do you follow what I'm saying? I don't have time to wallow in the mire. So if that's what if that's what the brother, I wish him the best.
You talking about?
Got nothing bad to say about it. Yeah,
okay.
I could sit up here and say emotional.
Oh,
it
that's
was
right. He did talk. I didn't know what you was talking about at first, but right, he did talk about you this morning. That's right. That's
right. There was an event that happened on this show in the summer involving that cat. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, emotional. Okay. I mean, I heard the call. Somebody told me it was going on, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, all right, it's whatever. I have no cross to bear, no hard feelings. Sometimes you just got to move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to wallow in the mire, get sucked into that. Because like Fight Dog said, how's about that? It feels like it's my turn again.
Wow. I love that, man. You sound very mature this morning.
Oh, I don't sound emotional?
Well, not in this moment. In this moment, you sound very mature. I'm sure
that's been my whole take from the beginning. I've never dissed the dude. I've got nothing to say about him, good or bad. It is what it is. Some people in your life for a reason, a season. We had our season, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
It sounds like you're taking the high road. Very mature.
No, I'm not taking the high road. What I'm doing involves other people's money. I'm not going to fuck up their money. I've got investors. You know what I'm saying? I can't mess up their money by getting involved with any type of chicanery. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. Now, I saw AvTab Purevol's replacement for his pick replacement. If I'm black folks, I feel a little salty about that. If I'm a black folk that voted for him, which I did because you know the reason why I voted for him. You know what I'm saying? And I
don't know the reason why you voted. I thought you voted for him because you liked him better than David Mann.
No, he's a better candidate, and plus somebody I know is connected to him.
Oh, okay.
Somebody who I know, respect, and is fond of is connected to him. I didn't know how it would affect that person's job.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't remember.
You see what I'm saying? So I figure if he gets elected mayor, he brings that person with him. If he doesn't get elected, I did not know. So just happen? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't spoke to him about it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, but yeah, I would feel a little. I feel a little let down that you basically hired the dude at the next corner store in the hood. Another, your replacement is another dude who sells, warm peach knee highs and melted Snickers.
I don't follow.
Did you see his replacement?
Yeah, it's
another Hindu. Yeah, another Hindu. You're supposed to pick a black dude to be your replacement. A black person, female or dude. Black people put you in that office. Not him, not his ilk, whatever that nationality they are. Every black woman on this show that listens to this show talks about how fine AvTab is. Black women voted you in, bro. You were supposed to pick a black woman for that seat.
But
now you're going to mayor. I don't know if I trust you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the problem with your logic is AvTab didn't make the decision. The Democrats made that decision. They got like a 200-member committee.
Well, the Democrats.
They made
put it like this. I'm sure they asked about him. What do you think of him?
I'm sure he did.
He could have said, "Nah, how about?" He could have said, "How about now? Why don't y'all take Ty or what's the brother prosecutor? What's his name? Fanon Rucker."
Well, he was the interim.
He was interim, exactly interim. Why couldn't he be the full time yet?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he even wanted to be. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like I said, I just feel uneasy about the whole
Were
thing.
there any black people that wanted to be the clerk of courts? I don't know.
I'm sure you could have found some
But you
fledgling.
owe Aftab an apology though, because you tried to blame him. He didn't even make the decision.
Well, if I misspoke, I misspoke. Okay, but I know how I feel. I'm just getting my truth off my chest.
Yeah, but you got to be factual though. You blame this man.
I'm factual. I'm factual.
No, you're not factual.
I'm factual. His family owns a store.
You're blaming
See,
Aftab for a decision he didn't even make himself. The decision was made by the Democrats.
Well, the Democratic Party. Once again, they rubbed in on a larger scale. The Democratic Party, for the 4,080th time, have let black folks down yet again and shitted on you, smacked us in the face. And we still vote for that party.
Is that how you
95%
feel?
of the clip. Yes, I don't. If you don't feel that way, that's Nathan. Fane Rothstein feels that way. Fane Rothstein's calling Nathan to tell him how he feels. Is that okay? Is that not how talk show works?
Yeah, that's how a talk show works.
Okay, you give and get back. I disagree. We're going to move on. In the words of the best caller in talk radio history.
I'm not sure that's true either.
Oh, he's by far the best caller. I don't know why you banned him or made him feel like his opinions and calls are not welcome on your show.
I haven't banned
him.
What I'm saying? In fact, I've done everything to make him feel the opposite.
You never banned him. You never banned him.
No, he's not banned.
You call it quote unquote lion taming.
Yeah, wait. We already know the past though. I'm saying he's not banned right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, good, because he shouldn't be. He doesn't deserve that.
Well, I'll decide whether he should be or not on this show, but he's not right now. He's more than welcome to call in. Matter of fact, I think he sent me a message not too long ago. So that's interesting. I mean, okay, if we just on some bliggity black shit, okay, I'm with you on that on some levels, okay. But who is this person?
The county clerk of courts.
Qualified black person that wanted to be the clerk of courts. They got overlooked.
What is the qualification for being a clerk of courts?
There's got to be some.
Basically, no criminal record and probably a law degree.
Whatever the case may be. Who is that person? So
I'm sorry. Who is that person?
Do you have somebody in mind that you feel like got overlooked or was snubbed? Black female, black male?
Yeah, Elizabeth Ty. She wanted to be a judge. She stuck her hat in the political ring. She wants to be involved in politics. Okay, Democrats groom this young black woman.
Courts, though? That's the question. I don't know.
Well, you wanted to be a judge. That didn't work out. Go be the clerk of courts and build up your resume.
Right?
Build up your political resume.
Right, I can see that.
You see what I'm saying? Build up your political resume because if I'm not mistaken, her running for judge is the first time we heard of her, right? In politics.
Yeah, it was the first time.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have the clout yet. Let's build up your resume.
Well, it's one thing to throw her name out there, but did she want to be the clerk of courts is the question. I don't know. That's when the Democrats asked her, how deep do you want to go in politics? If you really want to be in politics in this town, we got to get your buzz up. Started a week, we're going to point you at clerk of courts. Endorsed Democrat candidate. She didn't run as a Democrat. She ran as an independent before. So maybe the Democrats are looking at, democratically endorsed candidates. I don't know, but I think it's a fair question to ask her. But if she says, "Look, I never even thought about clerk of courts," then that kills your plan. That kills your point.
I'm just speaking as a citizen. I am not a political savant. I just, and comment on I'm a sociologist. I just comment on what I see.
That's fine. That's good enough.
Did you see the interview with Aaron Rodgers? You know who he is, don't you?
Yeah, of course I know who Aaron Rodgers is.
I know you don't like football, okay? Because I know you don't like football.
You get that from, bro. But anyway. What interview?
The way you talk about football.
I saw the interview you're speaking of. What did I miss?
He was on the Pat McAfee show. Pat McAfee he's probably the second highest paid podcaster after Joe Rogan. He just signed a $100 million deal with Spotify or somebody else as well. Basically, Aaron Rodgers was saying that he had COVID, but he was undergoing treatment from doctors for his COVID. That's how he got over it so quickly. Because the NFL tried to, make him go through the protocol to sit out a couple of weeks, and he got over it quickly because he was, basically what he was saying is there are treatments available, and that they're telling us. But his pull quote was, when you're told no longer to trust when you're told no longer to question the science, that's not science anymore. That's propaganda. You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I was trying to say yesterday.
I don't follow.
Even though I hadn't. I know you don't, because
went through? Did he talk about the treatments and what he did?
He didn't get into specifics of the treatments that or at least I didn't hear that part. The specific treatments that he was undergoing, but he just kind of talked about it on the podcast.
Okay.
You know, like that. Like, it's on Twitter. Go check it out. I know you're heavy into Facebook lately, but yeah, it's on Twitter. Go check it out. I thought it was a very riveting interview by him and some very poignant statements he made. You know, because as you know me, I've got type 2. Kind of working out, you know, I kind of got that under control, so I started working out. But, you know, I also had a heart condition. I'm not concerned. If I catch it, I catch it. I want to say I had it over the summer. You know, I was like, you know, sweating really bad at night. Nothing. I couldn't taste anything. But when I went to the doctor, they didn't say anything. They didn't say I had it. But I'm like, nah, this is every, you know, symptom that y'all claim it is. I'm experiencing. You know, and I had a heart condition before that and type 2 diabetes. I walked out of there on my own power. And that wasn't, well, actually, let me rephrase that, because remember, that's when I died over the summer in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I did have it and they misdiagnosed it. I don't know. You understand? But I just thought it was just kind of, I just thought that was a great interview, whether no matter what side you're on vaccinations or whatnot, because I know at some point I'm going to have to get vaccinated if they're going to make it an FAA requirement at some point. I mean, do you not see that coming down the pipeline? If it isn't already.
Yeah. Biden is pondering it right now.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I know when it becomes a requirement, I'll have to do it. I won't have a choice. You understand? So that is what it is. But, and also on Twitter yesterday, it was Ice Cube was talking about why Chris Tucker never came to Friday. You know, it was like really the first time Ice Cube really, really talked in depth about it. He was, you know, talking to regular people on Twitter about it. And he was saying they offered Chris Tucker 10 to 12 million for the second Friday. And Chris Tucker didn't want to do it because of religious reasons. He didn't want to be on screen cussing and smoking weed anymore because of religion. And I just felt like Ice Cube, nobody cares anymore. We're over that. You've done 2 movies without him. We're over it. I mean, yeah, he had the most iconic character in the series, in the franchise, but we're over the fact that he's, you know, 20 years ago, we're over the fact that he's not in there anymore. You know, why did you bring that up? You're feeling some way about it, Cube. Well, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't sweeten the pot enough for him to breach his religion.
Yeah, but then
because everybody's got a price.
Do an interview when it came out, he said basically the same thing in a recent interview. Somebody asked him, he said, "I'm gonna speak my truth for the first time. I've never really spoke on it." He said he did it because Tucker,
you know what? I think you're right, and I overlooked it because I'm over the fact that he was no longer in the Friday franchise. It just wasn't a big deal to me anymore. You know, I think the first Friday came out, 95, 96. The next one came out, and, you know, when the next one came out, he wasn't in it. I didn't care anymore personally, but I just, you know, reading those tweets yesterday, seeing, you know, I was seeing a conversation in real time. And I was like, wow, okay. He's talking about it. He also dissed Big Wayne dissing, but he said Big Worm was only paid $2,500 because he only appeared on set one day. You know, he said people were paid accordingly how long, you know, they were there, you know, but John Witherspoon years ago said that nobody got paid more than $5,000 for the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just felt like I don't know why Ice Cube decided to, you know, open that old, you know, reopen that. Like, dude, just let it go. You know, there's no, you know, it's your movie franchise. You don't owe nobody an explanation. It is what it is. It's 25 years old now. Let it go, B. You know what I'm saying? Are you there?
But that's you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he might have been responding.
I'm giving my opinion. I'm not speaking.
About a month ago, and so now he kind of dredged it back up. Matter of fact, I talked about it here on the show when he said it. He said he did it because he didn't want to, you know, be promoting that kind of a lifestyle, which I can respect. I can respect
it. Yeah, exactly. I can respect that too. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, I just feel like Ice Cube really didn't offer him amount of money. $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, everybody's got a price. You up that ante, he'll preach his religion for the right price. Now is that price something you're willing to pay? But trust me, you watched wrestling growing up. Everybody's got a price. All right. But hey, man, it's been real.
I know that's true.
I had fun. It's been real. I had fun. We'll chat again soon. I need you to be well.
Appreciate it. That's fame. He says basically he's taking the high road because he thinks he's got a plan. He's got a future. And it's just so ironic because now that you're there, now you want to move on and do different things. But you know how it is, man. I mean, everybody that might not be in the same spot as you. So I don't know, man. A woman came between these brothers, and now it seems like that's the end of it. It's the end of the road. I was hoping out y'all might reconnect, man. Like New Edition. They got back together. They was pissed off at one another for a while. Everybody was mad at Bobby. They all doing tours together now. So maybe sometime in the future we'll see that NSYNC, 98 Degrees alt middle tour, and they can make up on stage like Omarion did. Good morning to you. 513, and I hope your endeavors go well. 513-873-7134. Jerome writes, everybody don't have a price. Everybody has a price. The price may not be monetary, but everybody's got a price. Let's be real here. A woman, nah, bro. Yeah, a woman was involved. I got the whole story at this point. I'm just acting like I don't. Greg writes, in my opinion, Friday Part 2 was almost as funny as the first one because Chris Tucker was not in Part 2. They did a good job. They moved on. They did a good job with it. Would you give up $12 million because you don't want to smoke and cuss on camera? You know what I'm saying? It depends on where your heart is. And plus, what you got to remember is he could turn down that money because he had the series with Jackie Chan coming. And with Jackie Chan, if you remember, he wasn't smoking or cussing. It was different kind of comedy. So it's easy to turn down $12 million when you're going to make even more than that doing something else. It just depends. Brent writes, Chris Tucker went on to make more money in the Jackie Chan trilogy than he ever would have been playing in another Friday movie, right? Because Jackie Chan trilogy, what was that called? It crossed over. It was, Friday was mostly a black culture thing. That was a black thing. That Jackie Chan series, that crossed over. That was international. He was making $20 million per. Plus, you speaking to people you performing for people all over the world. Jackie Chan got billions of fans across the world. That shit was huge. It was way bigger than Friday. So he was in a position to do that. If he didn't have that payday on the side, he had been smoking and cussing doing Smokey. But, selfishly, I wish he would have did Smokey one more time. But that's just me. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nate. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Glenn.
Let me ask you, have you heard any hubbub about the Rush Hour and Chris Tucker having any problems with that movie?
No.
Okay, that's my point. Let me say this, because Fame, you tried to pull one over on the choppers, man. I just can't sit back and let it happen. Nate, I want to insult you by acting as if you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is.
Right.
But Fame, the truth is that Aaron Rodgers got caught trying to say he was immunized, got dragged for it after he had a horrific offseason, and now he goes on Pat McAfee's show and basically plays the victim card. And of course, he's the cause celeb for those on the right, the alt middle Gilligan, drip types, because he went against the system. And, when you go against, what everybody is saying, especially when your own league is saying you need to be vaccinated, he got caught lying to the people. This is the same guy, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Nate? He wore a cancel culture T-shirt. He's trying to play that card. Like, no, dude, you just said you got immunized when you really didn't. Then you tried to say, well, I took advice from Joe Rogan. You see what happened with Joe Rogan up in Canada, didn't you? I think Daryl or Anthony might put it in the chat. He had a sold-out venue up, I believe it was up in Vancouver. Guess what they did? They closed that shit down. Because of what? What is happening currently?
Because he's not vaccinated.
I can't.
Wow, okay.
So, not only is he not vaccinated, or I don't know about his vaccine. I don't know if that's the reason why, or maybe it's because of the surge. I mean, the surge that they're having now in Omicron and Delta cases. But whatever it is, they shut it down. So for Fame to come in here and try to act like Aaron Rodgers is like some free thinker, no, he's actually freaking goofy as hell, and he got dragged for it. So it is what it is. If LeBron had done the same thing, they would have dragged him for it. Hell, they were dragging LeBron for not coming out and telling people to get the damn vaccine. Remember that, Nate?
Yeah.
Why isn't LeBron coming out and being more, why do we have to see Bill Russell and Jerry West and Dr. J get a shot? That whole, we need especially the NBA black athletes to go out there and talk to the black people. So, and let me say this about the variant. Coon Drop. I think he got the Chipmacon. That's his new variant. This guy's an absolute clown. Nate, I'm actually tweeting between Joy Taylor. You know who Joy Taylor is? She's fine. Yeah. And Colin Cowherd. And then here goes Drop in the conversation talking about black not Democrat. Trump won the election. Stop the steal crap. Even both of them are like Joy sent me a private message like, "Do you know cuz?" type shit. Actually, I was like, "Damn, Joy, you sent me a private message." But you know what I'm saying? But I talked to Joy on the weekend on Fox Sports Radio because she does her own show and she fills in sometimes. She was filling in, during these holiday weekends. You know how radio is. So so this, even like national people are like, this dude is crazy. Like, and I messaged her back like, yeah, he's my stan. She just sent back emojis like laugh out loud, So.
Right.
But so I was like, damn, Joy kind of hit me back. I ain't trying to holler though. I was like, thank you, man. I kind of whipped out, trying to be all corporate. But man, hey, what do you think is gonna happen Sunday? I know you like the hell with the Who Days, but I think it's gonna be a shootout.
I think the Bengals got a shot. They got a shot at it.
I think it's gonna be a shootout. It's at home, the crowd's gonna be going crazy. But right now, Kansas City's playing at a high level, and their defense has come up, and they're without their running back. Was it Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think it is. But I think it's going to be a shootout. I think we got to make that one stop, and that one stop coming against Pat Mahomes, that's like trying to stop Brady, Elway, Montana. He's on that level. Probably on that level, the same level of Rodgers and Brady at this point right now. He's kind of automatic, especially at this point. Like I said, they look like they got their stuff together. But
see, for me,
I'm no Zach Taylor. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, just for me, Glenn, we get into the best part of the season when it comes to the Bengals. Right now, we'll get a chance. See, now it's worth watching because now we'll get a chance to see what they really made of. Just coming off of this record-setting 525 plus yards performance, you got to win one of these last two games to get to the playoffs. You're going against a Super Bowl contender. Now we're gonna see what the Bengals really made of. You know what I'm saying? Now it really matters these last two games, and that's what I'll be looking for. Are they going to be jittery? Are they going to rise to the occasion? Or are they going to shrink? That's what I want to see.
Well, what they can't do is come out slow, especially against this team, like we did against San Diego. I mean, the LA Chargers, excuse me, and like they did against Cleveland. Because you come out slow against Kansas City, hell, you might be down 21-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
like on some Madden type shit. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, speaking of that, I'm gonna end with that. Drop is like that guy, Nate. You take your way back. Back when we played Madden, and you would beat somebody 56-21, but the guy who scored 21 want to sit there with the sticks instead of giving it up for the next guy to get on because he's looking at his stats like he did something with Boomer and Eddie Brown or some kind of shit. So, Nate, I appreciate you taking my call, brother. Let me go old school. Hopefully, in the end, they getting what I'm spitting. Petty peace.
Appreciate the calls, man. Give it up for the last few calls. Give it up. We'll catch up here. Appreciate it. So people want to see a picture of Drop. Here's Drop right here. That's your boy Drop Squad. That's Drop. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he looks like Drop. This looks like Drop. It is. I can definitely see it. That's your boy. Somebody said, "What's Drop look like?" That's what he looks like. He's a real person. He's a real black man. I keep telling you. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's good, Nate?
What up, brother Akeem?
You already know. Yes, sir, man. You forgot one picture, man, of who could be the next Black Panther, man. You gotta post that put that picture of John from Florida when he had the little onesies on.
John from Florida. Oh,
John,
when he
yeah,
was
you gotta put that
yeah, I
picture
remember
up.
that picture. We don't want to play that again.
Yeah.
We don't want to show that again.
Why not? Why not, man? Come on.
That's
He already
terrible
said
for
he
the
could
eyes,
be.
man. I don't
He
even have
said
it.
he could be a contender. He said he can be a contender for the Black Panther. So you gotta give him. Yeah, you gotta post that. You gotta let the people be the judge. You
I
gotta
don't
let
even
the
got that
choppers.
picture no more, man. I burned that shit.
No, you
I
burned
never
it.
want to see that
Okay.
again. Never
But
want to
you
see
gonna
that one
save
again.
all those pics with those black men with their shirts off then?
Son, what?
You gonna save them pictures with them black men with their shirts off then?
No.
Or you gonna burn them?
Nah. They gonna go too. I just did that for the
Oh,
show
yeah?
for the show today, but nah, I ain't keeping none of that shit.
You think
that's
wifey got those pics in her phone?
Say what now?
You think your wifey got those pics in her phone?
Man, you tripping, man. You tripping. We'll talk to you later, man. What the fuck is he talking about? I don't know. I have no idea. My wife can have any picture, any man she want on her phone. Long that brings her comfort, go right ahead. He tripping. Open your mind before you open your mouth. Before you call in here. I ain't like the way he was going with that. If you want to share your thoughts, 513-873-7134. Let's not get beside ourselves. But this is Drop right here. What the fuck? He looked like a Trump supporter, don't he? Oh my God, dear Lord. Who was the person on the screen? Smoking, yeah, he's smoking at a Marion, yeah. The hell, Akeem is being hella messy today, yeah. Absolutely. Jenny Reyes, who was the person on the screen? That was Drop. This is Drop. Somebody said, I knew Drop was light. I just knew he was light skinned. No facial hair. So that's Drop right there. So when y'all hating on this brother, and I love me some Drop. That's my little brother right there. He's older than me, but I'm the big bro. My brother from a different mother. But no, he's not light skinned. He's dark skinned or brown skinned. What the hell was Akeem on? That was Akeem. Akeem was on some other shit. He mad at me right now about something. I don't know what it is, but I ain't here for it. I ain't here for it at all. So I want to remind you before we roll out of here, you got me to the bottom of the hour this morning, 9:30 a.m. I want to remind you that our friends over at Renew Community Church, they offer a Sunday morning masterclass that you can tap into live. You can tap in live on Facebook at facebook.com/Cincy Renew. And you can tap in live on YouTube at Renew Community Church live stream. You can tap in this morning or on Sunday mornings and check them out. They offer different topics, and it's all designed to inspire you, to encourage you, to give you the tools to live your best life. This Sunday's topic, 2022, work hard or work easy in life. It's your choice. Learn the path of least resistance for your life. Learn the path of least resistance for your life. And you can tap in on Sunday at Renew Community Church. Good morning to you. All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Nathan. It's a great day for a great day.
Yes, it is. Good morning,
Kev
sir.
on the cell. It's Kev.
Yeah, good morning, Kev. Good morning. Welcome.
So my hero, my father, passed on Tuesday.
Oh shit.
And I want to remind everybody, man. Now, my dad didn't have much. I told you he came to this country with little to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Graduated 3 kids from college. Him and his wife bought their home. Stayed together for 57 years. And I'm here to tell you, man, that we can do better. It happened in my life. It can happen in your life. Invest. Leave something, left something to his children. You know what I'm saying? Had something to leave to his children. And I'm telling you, like, this man just worked hard. He He dug ditches. I used to watch him, see the top of his head with a pickaxe going above it. You know what I mean? Nothing given. There was no welcome to America, here's your $1 million. That did not happen. And we weren't rich, but we did all right. So all I'm saying is, man, we need to make sure that we are getting the bag. No negative connotation intended. And giving the bag, bro. My hero, man. You hear me? And I'm sad, but in a way I'm happy because he lived a good life. He lived to a ripe age. You know what I mean? And again, you know, we just got to continue to lift up each other up. What's your thing, bro? I got to say it the way you say it. Choppers support choppers. So I support all of y'all out there. I hope everybody does well. And I expect that we're going to do some great things in 2022, man. I appreciate you, Nathan. I'm not kidding. You know, this platform is amazing. And folks just don't understand how amazing it really is and how many people you're touching, man. Bro, keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. And condolences to you and your family, Kev.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Y'all be blessed, man. Stay safe.
Yeah, same to you. See, he just lost his pops on Tuesday, man. I didn't know that. Did Kev talk to us yesterday? I didn't know that. Yeah, man. You already know, bro. I know what it's all about, man. So no words can do anything other than, you know, condolences, man. Heart with you. Prayers. Sorry for your loss. A lot of well wishes coming in, man. People like Kev. What's not to like about Kev? I like everybody. I'm not everybody, you know. Akeem writes, I'm not mad at you either, bro. I just could tell you was going in a different place. I wasn't in a space to hear none of that. Yeah, I ain't got no weapons for you, brother. Nothing but love. Tracy writes, condolences. 100% Kev. Absolutely. A lot of well wishers, man. People like Kev. Kev is one of the OGs. Lots of condolences and well wishers from the choppers coming in, man. That shit ain't easy, bro. Irish writes, that's not drop on the screen. That's drop. That is drop right there. He sent me, this is the second, he just sent me this morning. So drop sent this to me. So if it's not him, then he's sending me false. Drop, send me another picture, man, so I can confirm. We need at least 2 pictures to confirm whether that's you or not. But I remember him sending me another photograph. It looks like the same man. So I don't know. That's the picture he showed me. So a lot of well wishes coming in, condolences from everybody. Absolutely. Most deaf. Derek Capricorn, the ruler. Okay. Absolutely. A lot of well wishes still coming in. Coming also, Craig, I didn't get to mention folks to invest in crypto before the new J's that drop. Oh, absolutely, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm just stepping into actually investing in crypto. I've made my first purchases in the last couple of weeks, or should I say my first investments, and I like it. I like it a lot. And I've sort of shifted my thinking in terms of what I'm going to be gifting to people moving forward. Every single birthday moving forward, every single whatever, even just because it's just I feel like doing it, I'm gonna purchase my children as many investment things as I can. And all the young people, we got nieces and nephews and stuff as well. They're getting investments, so get ready. Brent writes, Citizen Kev on the sale, much love and support. Dale writes, he's a good dude. Yeah, you could tell Kev's a good dude. Absolutely. 100%. A lot of well wishers, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Beautiful tribute to his dad. Now that's drop. Oh, okay. Did I have something else up there? Did the drop take this picture on his flip phone? He might have. I'm not sure. But y'all messing with drop. Drop's going to blow up, man. Black not Democrats going to be the new hot thing. Right. Watch. That's going to be the new hot thing. I don't really understand it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. Check into Nodes, early retirement. Nodes, Nodes, Nodes. I'm looking for somebody who can be like looking for a black person that can speak to all of these different trends that are happening to come on the show on a regular basis just to keep us hip to the game. And if I've described someone, I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube channels or podcasters, whatever, and that makes sense, then let me know. Because I'd love to check that out. Maybe they can have a regular voice and we can make some, some investments. You never know. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Thank you for being here. I don't think we ain't really covered no serious topics this morning. We didn't really talk about nothing that was super serious, like the ever-present conversation about COVID and where we are. That keeps coming up, but that was it. We did get a caller that was, I think, wrongly criticizing Avtab Puraval, like he should be for black folks, and he appointed this non-black person. He's still a person of color. Speaking of Pavan Parikh, who is the new clerk of courts. And as I'm reading this morning, I read that there were a few people like Jessica Miranda, Mayor Thaddeus Hoffmeister. Not sure, doesn't sound like a black person to me, but I don't know. Can't judge a book by his name per se. Maybe can. Thaddeus Hoffmeyer, Wyoming's first black mayor. Let's see here. Okay, so Thaddeus Hoffmeyer is a black man. It says he can't judge by a name. So there was at least one brother whose name was in the race. But over Rep. Jessica Miranda, Wyoming Mayor Thaddeus Hoffmeister, the Central Committee, because it wasn't AFTAB, but the Central Committee decided to go with Pavan Parikh. So that's the decision that they made. We had one caller who said that the Democrats owed it to black voters to appoint somebody black there. I never argue against anything when we talk about equity for us, but if we're going to put the blame or the responsibility on somebody, let's put it in the accurate place. But we shall see. I'm sure they looked at a lot of different reasons why. Maybe electability was part of it. Maybe they're looking at the fact that because Pavan had run a very close race, that he had name recognition. I can't speak on it. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Tony writes, I'm a first-time listener listening to so far. I saw the topics being the more things change, the more they stay the same. Do you ever discuss improving race relations? And I think that the first race relation, to answer your question directly, Tony, and thank you for being here, but I think we did get it kind of a little bit away from that. But I think the first race relation that we need to start with is within our own family. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the white black thing, we got to get into the black thing. I think we need to have some more conversations within our own family, within our own neighborhoods, within our own culture, even before and as we're having conversations with other folks, because black folks got some things within our own family that we got to work out. And to me personally, I think that those are the biggest steps we got to take. But it's been that way, Tony, for a long time. It's been that way for a long time. But for me, that's the number one race relation that we need to work on going in 2022. We got some stuff that we just got to deal with. We got to come to agreement on some stuff between ourselves first. That's just what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Before we talk about anything and anybody else. And I think that once we deal with our issues, it'll put us in a better position to be dealing with the others. That's just me. Sister Iris writes, Jessica Miranda put out yesterday, she asked that people not vote for her. I read that. She said she was a supporter of Pavan, and from what I read, it was unanimous. So they all jumped on it. It could be a personality thing. Everything is personality. It's all about who you know and how you feel about people. It's all about relationships. So Dee writes, I agree. I give my kids and nephews money to buy stock on Stockpile based on what they use. My nephew buy AirPods, it seemed like every month. I had them pick Apple stock. They have teaching tools for kids. They have Kroger, Amazon, etc. You can buy partial shares. What's that called? Stockpile. I'll check that out. Yeah. There's a lot of sites that do that kind of stuff, Dee. You can buy a partial, and then it's just fun to. It's a learning tool. Like I said, that was something that was never taught to me. My folks never sat me down and talked about investments. They never talked about that. Never had a conversation with anybody. My mother, father, grandfather. I didn't have conversations about building businesses and wealth building until I started having conversations with my uncle. At that point, I was like in my late teens, 18, 19. And I watched him start a business from talking about it, laying on the couch, to having a small fleet of vans. He had a van service called, I won't tell you the name of it. You think your tooth is ready? That hurt? Does that hurt? So let me do this. Does that hurt? I could do it after the show. His tooth is coming out. So, when a little kid got a tooth coming out, that's the number one thing in the house, his tooth. So I'll take care of you in a little bit, son. We'll go ahead and pop that out real soon. We do it old school, like 1, 2, 3. There it is. We have some issues in the Black community. Tony writes, I agree. Where do we really start? Well, we're not having that conversation right at this moment, Tony, but I would like to believe on some levels that we have those conversations about ourselves and how we start on this show. And I think Black media has it across the board, on a lot of shows on a regular basis. It's really topic oriented or things are happening. But I think that should be that's my general start. You know what I'm saying? Starting with us. We need to stop shooting each other. There's a lot of stuff that we need to start doing. If there was a lot of stuff that we could live, like the hate and disdain that we have for one another inside the Black community, if we could leave that in 2021 and not take it into 2022, we'd be in a better place. Black men and their egos, if we could put that in check in a proper place and make that useful and leave that in 2021, we'd be in a better place as we go into 2022. The ongoing hate and war against Black women, right? If we could leave that in 2021 and not take that in 2022, even among other Black women, because every Black woman don't jive with other Black women. We don't do that. So there's a lot that we could do. Stockpile is specifically for kids. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll check that out for sure. I'm going to check that out today, Dee. Thank you so much. So kids can learn, and then I can make some purchases for my children. They can get access to it, and they can watch their money grow or not grow, whatever. But still, either way, I think it's a learning lesson. Sister Iris Rice, teach Nathan Ivy on race relations, better relations between us. Yeah, absolutely. Number one, we got to start at home. Like, how am I going to talk about? See, for me, I got to start in my own house. That's where it starts. It starts in your own house with the people that you already have relationships with the young people in your family. That's where it starts. It don't start doing it in the community. It starts at home. The problem started at home, and the solutions will start at home, in my humble opinion. And that's something each and every one of us can do. Like, I got nieces and nephews and people I care about and all that kind of stuff. I got to start there. I can't ask you to care more about my nieces and nephews than I do. And vice versa. I can't care more about the people in your family than you do. I think it starts right there. Sean Wright, Little Nate. It starts with Little Nate and Medium Buddha and the wifey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk a lot about my wifey on the air, and I do that for two reasons. Number one, that's what she's earned. Like, I don't just say that just to be nice. She's earned that. That's how I feel about her. When I give her props, she's earned those. But then two, we need to normalize giving Black women their props. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of that. I'm going to be a part of it, period. Jenny Rice, SoFi, and Cash App will also allow you to buy partial shares of stock. I just found that out on Cash App. You're right. You can do that on Cash App. You can buy stocks. You can buy Bitcoin on Cash App. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Or maybe you did. I've actually done it. Sister Iris writes, Reverend Damon Lynch teaches stock education to children every year. So in a former life, working in children and youth development, I used to work with people that did programs in after school and before school programs. There was a Black female. I run into her from time to time, and she reached out to me because she had a program that was all about financial literacy, and it was focused on teenage girls. Wonderful program. It was almost like a Monopoly type of program, like a real life Monopoly thing. And every week they would come in and, do updates, and she would teach them about money and, in real time, like being pragmatic about how much things cost and how to invest and, what were stocks. This is before Bitcoin exploded. It was a great program. It was a great program. It was the kind of program you could only do in before, and we were doing it in an after school setting. But also was the kind of program that CPS just can't pay for. At the time, CPS didn't have the money to be paying for that kind of stuff. The school building I worked in, they was always belly aching about how they didn't have enough money. Didn't have enough money for paper and all kind of shit, basic shit, let alone paying somebody thousands of dollars to come in and do an after school program. So, we need to push after school education, proper funding of it, so that not only do we have these spaces, but then we can fill these spaces with wonderful programming that enriches our children and extends the school's learning. And all those capabilities are there, but we gotta have the money for it. Gotta have the money for it. You can have the best idea in the world. If you ain't got no money to fund it, don't mean a damn thing whatsoever. Tiffany writes, you didn't just stick your dirty hands in that baby's mouth. Now, I'm gonna take care of my boy. Gladys writes, Nate, wash your hands before you pull that too. Just being mother hen. Of course I will. Sean writes, having a wife is amazing. It can be. It can get in your damn nerves too. Derek writes, I got stock off Cash App. Yep. You can buy stock on Cash App, partial shares, whole shares, Bitcoin. They're moving into NFTs and EFTs as well. You can buy all that shit on there. Only time to look down on someone is when lifting them up. Absolutely. I'm with you 1,000%. Look at y'all caring about my hands being clean and all. You already know. You definitely don't care more about him than I do, but you already know. Derek Capricorn, the ruler, great having you. First time listener. My wife Susan put me on. Great show so far. Thank you so much. Thank you to Susan. Is that Susan Janelle is the wifey? Who the Susan you're talking about? Absolutely, man. We talk about people, politics, and pleasure with a heavy focus on local. I'm based in Greater Cincinnati, so anything that's happening as it affects Black folks, we'll be talking about it. But living in the age we live in, we talk about all the things that are happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just a creature of politics. You will not hear politics every day on this show, because it's just too boring to me. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I get bored with it. And I like to talk about it when it's ready to talk about it. And not just talk about it, but also move people to action. And, I'm really thinking seriously about creating a structure that will give us a little bit more action behind when we talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about the idea of starting a PAC before. I think I might do a PAC just for our show and our audience because I think it's something that could be useful. And I want to have a little bit more teeth to our conversations, meaning that, every single, election season, we had these conversations, but I want to create something where we can actually support the candidates that we really believe in. Like if there's 3 or 4 or 5 candidates that we really want to see on council or we really want to support, I want to create something that can be an apparatus to manifest our will, right? And take it to the next level. So who knows? I might present something to you and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Again, Tony, starts at home. It starts at home. It starts with your family. It starts with the young people in your family. Most of us have young people in our family if we're lucky. Nieces and nephews, grandkids. Start with them. Start with them. That's it. Start with yourself, really. That's where it really starts, Tony. It starts with yourself. I think the number one thing that I do for my children, I ain't trying to get preachy because I'm in no position to do that. I'm a tragically flawed human being. I've made every mistake in the book, and I'll keep making mistakes. But the number one thing I can do for my children is not talk to them. It's example for them. It's the way I carry myself, what I do, the way I interact with their moms and them, the way I go out here and hustle, the energy I bring into the house, the way as a man, the way I conduct my everyday living, the way they see me live as a man. That's the number one thing I can do for my children, in my opinion. I think that's where it starts. That's just me. Again, I ain't trying to get on no soapbox because believe me, I don't need to be on no soapbox. I'm the wrong one, but I think that's what we do. We just be a great example every single day for the people that surround us. Be a man. I'm talking directly to man. Be a man. Be a man to your grandkids, to your son, to your nieces and nephews. Be that man. Do it. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in exercise. You believe in investments, then make investments and share them with them. You believe in starting a business, start a business and let them watch you start it. That's what will inspire you. because that's what it did for me. Era writes, you have a great show, brother Nate. Thank you so much. Somebody writes, I use Robinhood. It's just so many great ones. But again, seriously, I would like to bring more of those conversations to the show in 2022. In 2022, I want to keep doing what we're doing, but I want it to be better and I want to have more impact. But in terms of what we bring in terms of topics, that's something I definitely plan on adding. You know, it might be twice a month, something like that. And then taking more inroads in, you know, being a place where, you know, Black creatives in the city, you know, can look at it as an outlet. Sin Digital Media Investment Club. I wouldn't call it a CDM investment club. I would call it something else, but I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Why not? Like, for instance, for a short time, and I was kind of testing it out, we were doing lottery together. You know, people was cash apping the money. I was buying the tickets, and then we was going into the lottery together. And had we won, we all would have just took a equal share and did whatever we did with it. We could do the same. Like, if you would trust me to do that, you could cash app me the money. I could put it into investment. Of course, show you the receipts, because I believe in receipts now. You know what I'm saying? You need to see where your money is going, but we can do the same thing. There's no difference. We all put an equal amount in. We agree on certain stocks. We all purchase the stocks together. There's no reason why we couldn't do that. There's no reason why we couldn't do it. I think we probably put $200-$300 in the lottery system. We could put 2 or 3. We could all say we're gonna do, I don't know, $20 a month. Everybody says $20 a month. You cash at me. I send you the receipts. You know exactly where the money is. It wouldn't be like, you know, we have to have something on paper, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big paper guy, so everybody know what to expect. Because when everything's cool, everything's cool. As you know, when shit hit the fan and things, a little people's emotions get involved and whatever, that's when you have the problems. But there's no reason why we couldn't do that. You know, they got these apps where we could all get access to the app. You could watch the money grow and see where it is. And then in 5-10 years, make a decision as to what we're going to do. Man, we buy an apartment building or something like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but I'm just saying. Don writes, be a man. I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Go right ahead. Jenny writes, I'm in. All right, let me think about it. Still need to talk about the investment into the Cincinnati Kings. Yeah, he did say that. I ain't forgot either, bro. That would be so. Every time I talk to Kevin, I'm like a little kid, man, because I just think that's just such a dope sort of thing to be doing. Super exciting, like to own your own sport franchise. And he said they were thinking about it and maybe in the future, but I told him, like, bro, let us know, because I would definitely do it. I just love the idea of it. And doing something local, I think, would be dope as well. So, okay, I see a lot of people are into that kind of stuff. Really? Y'all serious? Okay. Don't say that now. I'll start thinking about something, presenting something to you probably like Monday, Tuesday with some ideas. Like I said, if we did that lottery thing, there's no reason why we couldn't do like an investment thing, going to Bitcoin or NFTs or all of that under a book. It'd be like an investment club, and we just all decide we want to do that as a unit. I would be most certainly into that. I would do it 100%. And I would realistically need some help, because I got a bunch of things I want to do in 2022, and it's just going to take a lot of time on top of being a father and a husband. So I can't do everything, but, you know, let me think about, okay, Anthony. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm saying right here, right now. I will give some serious thought to it over the weekend, and give me a week until next week to present something to you. And I'll present something to you as an idea, and then we can take it from there. And everything, this can easily be done. And it can just be, you know, something good that can come out of the chop shop. Why not? I think at this point, it's time for us to put some action behind this, because we do a lot of talking. I think 22 is the year for action. So I'm with the business. So let me think about that, how we could realistically do something, and how I could realistically be a part of that and not just talking shit, but could realistically put the time behind it, and what I could realistically need. And we can do it. Do it. Like I said, we was putting what, $10 into the lottery. What we doing? Everybody was buying what, 2-3 tickets, so $9 or something like that. We did that like 2, 3, 4 times. We didn't win anything. But there's no reason why we can't do something that could be around wealth building. So I like the Cincinnati Kings idea. Money where your mouth is. Screenshot who is in here that is in. Sister Iris says she's in. Okay. So what I will do is I will think about this and put a word out in a week. I'll do it next Thursday. It'll be on next Thursday's show. And then I'll spend about a week or so making sure I let everybody know. I'll do it on the show. And then what I'll need to know is to get a list of all the people's names so I can contact you directly. Because at some point, it's just certain conversations that we don't want to keep talking about in front of everybody here. Got a lot of mixed company. A lot of folks check out the show afterward. But if you're into that, I'm definitely into it. I'm definitely into it. I can't say it's the Kings or not because Kevin and the ownership group, they said that was something they're thinking about. But as I sit here right now, I think I would definitely be into something like that. So, why not? Why couldn't we? And who's to say that this couldn't turn into something substantial? Who's to say it couldn't turn into something substantial? There's no reason it couldn't. And then maybe we turn into something that's big enough that, well, that's down the road. But let's just say y'all all in. Okay, great. So remember this energy. Remember this. I will bring this back up on Thursday. I'll bring this back up. I won't do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll do it on Thursday. So next Thursday, I'll bring this back up and I'll present to you a couple ideas. And then I'll set up a portal where if you're interested, I can capture who you are directly and I'll reach out to everybody directly and we can take it from there. I don't know what form this is going to take. I don't know what we're going to invest in, but I'm just saying I'm here for the business and I think it can be cool. I think it can be really, really cool. So I'm down with it. Yeah, we're talking about doing an investment club. Well, Jericho, we're making it up as we go along right now. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about wealth building, and I'm with you. Let's stop talking about it. Let's do it. And I do not have a lot of money at all. You know what I'm saying? We paycheck to paycheck over here, but if we're all doing together, let's say we got 25 people from the chop shop to invest $20 a month. Let me do some quick numbers right here. Let me do some quick numbers right here. So that if we got 25 people to invest $20 a month, right, and we all got equal shares, for lack of a better term, then we would be investing $500 a month. I think it's modest, but I also think it's kind of substantial enough that we could take it from there and decide what we want to do. And I only believe in doing things above board. I only believe in doing things transparently. So I'd have to come up with some things on paper so everybody feels comfortable and we know exactly what it is. It can't be one of them things where you in and out. If we're going to do it, we got to be in for, as I'm spitballing here talking about it, we have to agree that we're going to be in for a couple of years before we talk about taking anything out. But I think we can figure this out together. You know what I'm saying? You say $6,000 a year. Angela, like, where's the lawyer to draft the paper? Where I'm here. I'm with, we know lawyers, but we can definitely get that done, Angela. I'm with all of that. And I don't play no games with people's money and their kids. I don't play no games with that. I take it very, very seriously. So I'm with all of that. Whatever we would need so people feel comfortable and we got a legal basis behind us is what I would do. And I wouldn't do anything in a vacuum. Everything would be transparent. And I wouldn't be doing it. I can't do it by myself. I would need people to help as well. I can just get us started. But we can figure it all out. We can figure it all out because I play no games. I play no games with people's money and their children. I don't play no games with it because I don't want nobody playing with my money and my kids. So I take things very, very seriously. But I would do that. I would do it, and I would do it above the board. It would be legal. We'd have the documents behind us. Everybody would know what to expect, and it would be fair across the board. And it could be something that could be very substantial and very serious. It could be something that's new for this show. And Nakia writes, for real, I'm 100% serious. I wouldn't spend this much time on the show talking about it right now if I wasn't serious. I just wouldn't waste my time with it. Pamela writes, you have to teach me the ropes. We'll learn it together. I'm not here to tell you that I got it all figured out, but I know enough to know what I don't know. And I'm willing to reach out to trustworthy people to help us and to shepherd us in this. But I think this can be cool.
Because I'd love to do something with everybody in the chop shop, man. We've been going this. We've invested so much time and money and energy in some cases already. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I'll reach out to Kevin. I got to speak with him anyway, but I'll reach out to Kevin and see where he's at. But I remember he was saying that was down the road. And I would, even with that, I'd have to see, what the forecast is. But why not? Why not? Angela writes, she did this with friends with COVID checks. Okay, so I'd be interesting, Angela, in seeing how you guys did that and how it all made sense. Because, like I said, money and children, I don't play no games. I don't play with people's money. I don't play with people, period. But I don't play with people's money, their children, and their food. Those three things with humans will get you cut. I don't play with none of those things. Perfect time to strike when those 1,200 checks was raining, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, if we all started with 25, everybody put in 25 a month. Let me do that. 25. We got 25 people. That's $625 a month times 12 times 5. In 5 years, we would have invested a total of $37,500. That's a good investment. Yeah, you don't play with people's food. Playing with people's food, like playing around people's food, they'll smack the shit out of you. Smack the piss out of you. Any of them things can get you smacked in a moment. Food, money, and children. In a second. You don't play with humans with some stuff. JC writes, I recommend two funds, like 2/3 into pretty solid investments, and maybe 1/3 you can change quick, like day trading. People made serious bank when GameStop or AMC had those big buy surges, and you had to get in fast and in and out. See, there's people that know. What's up, JC? There's people that know. And this would be open to, this ain't no melanated or black thing. This would be open to anybody that's related to the show. I'm open. Because money is that universal color, green. You know what I'm saying? That's the only color that matters. But I mean, I've heard about people doing investment clubs, and I see them on Black Enterprise. They got $200,000-$300,000. I'm like, wow. And then they go on and purchase something else. There's no reason why we can't do the same thing. And it could be a great exercise on collective economics. I mean, it is Kwanzaa. It could be a great exercise, a real-time example of collective economics. And it just reminds me of what Damon Lynch did when he invested with people from his church into the dispensary. I think, is it the dispensary, or I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I know they're in the legal marijuana business, which is great. Let me say, so again, I will report back on Thursday, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday. It'll be on Thursday. I'll bring this back up on Thursday here on the show, and I'll present to you some ideas. And then what I'll also present to you is a way for me to collect people's information who are interested. And then I'll reach out to those people directly, right? And then I'll still reach out to the larger audience, because some people might not be listening right now, but I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It is called a dispensary. Hood is called a dispensary. Okay. All right. Well, looking at the time, it's about time for me to roll out of here, but that's a great way to stop. That's a great idea as we go into 2022. I love it. I'm with it. I'm with it 100%. Before we roll out, though, I want to remind you that today's show is brought to you in part by our friends at Renew Community Church. They have a Sunday morning masterclass that's live at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can tap in on Facebook at Cincy Renew, CINCI Renew, and on YouTube at Renew Community Church live stream. Every single week, they present a different topic, and it's all designed to enrich your life. In some cases, it's designed to help you get to the bag and get to a different level of discovery about yourself so you can unlock the best life, right? Don't you want to live your best life? I know I do. This week's topic, 2022, work hard or work easy in life. It's your choice. Learn the path of least resistance for your life. It'll be led by Charlie Winburn. Again, you can tap in on Sunday for the Sunday morning masterclass at 11:45 a.m. It's Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. So a great way to end the show. Got a great idea. Like I said, tap in on Thursday. I'll remind people throughout the week. I'll talk about it on every day leading up to Thursday, but Thursday is when I'll talk about it with some specifics, and we'll move forward on it. I think 2022 is all about action. Even though this is a talk vehicle, let's talk more action. And we also came up, I hope the people from Hollywood casting who are going to be casting the new Black Panther are paying attention. I think we hit it. No, not that brother. This brother right here, his name is what's his name again? What's the brother's name again? Kofi. His name is Kofi. This brother, Black Panther, potentially work it out, Marvel. Turn Killmonger into Black Panther. Bring him back somehow. This brother, Lance Gross, or this brother, those are the prime candidates to be the new Black Panther. Not this brother. Fuck no. We ain't doing that. And with that, family, I got to make a move. Have an excellent rest of your day. I'll be back with you and hopefully better than ever tomorrow morning, bright and early. We'll chop it up at 7 a.m. Take care of yourself. Remember our motto. Let's say it together. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning, and we'll talk real soon. Until next time, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. Back again like flu season, I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving, don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome, no wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run, all I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw all my pain on percussion. The disgusting, I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the feast. I've been on go mode, show